Southwest at 12, not necessarily moving straight from right to left, but they'll have a little bit of a right push to it again as you look on here. 2 men back deep for the Broncos, standing on the goal line, respectively on the near hash. Kobe Stevens, we mentioned his return to kickoff and a punt for a touchdown, and a good job by Drake Reese as he finds the back of the end zone. Touchback number 11 out of 22 kickoffs for Drake Reese.
Well, we talked about the Lions taking the wind in the fourth last week. Mike, proved to be an advantage for them late, and this afternoon I think you'll want that wind early to try to slow down maybe the passing game of these Broncos as Jet Huff and company take the field here. He started his career at University of Houston, wasn't getting much playing time there. Adam Dorrell had originally recruited him at Abilene Christian, and when he visited Central Oak for the second time at the end of last year, he was sold, and here he is now.
Running back is Jaylen Cottrell out of the gun. Handoff to Cottrell off left tackle. Stood up at the line of scrimmage and dropped for no gain. Good job by the guys in the green jerseys up front. We'll call the name of Jermaine Young Jr., the junior from Chicago, with his 11th tackle of the year. No gain, 2nd and 10.
There's that little stretch play. They want to go quick.
On 2nd and 10 from the 25, they send a man in motion. Empty backfield, slant pattern, caught over the middle for about a pickup of 8 to the 33-yard line. Will bring up 3rd down and a couple as the pass caught by Terrell Davis.
Well, you see the quick throw there by Huff, just slinging it sidearm.
Davis with his 32nd catch of the year, has 7 touchdowns already this season. They run the option. The pitch to Cottrell. He's got a 1st down, crosses the 35, 40, 45, 50, and he's going to go to the 30 on the near sideline. He's got 1 man to beat, and it'll be Jaylen Cottrell for a 67-yard touchdown on the 3rd play of the game.
Well, they just outflanked the Lions that time as they pitch it to the right side, and nobody sealed the edge. When he got around the corner at the 40, there was nobody left to catch him, and Cottrell showing that speed that I just talked about in the open.
His 6th rushing touchdown of the year. It's not his longest run from scrimmage. That was 79 yards. This was a 67-yard touchdown. They'll attempt the extra point. Nicky Quevedo, who got the game-winning field goal with no time in last year's game at UCO, which they won by 3. The extra point is up, and the kick is good. Timeout here in Joplin. 14:07 to go in the first quarter. Central Oklahoma 7, Missouri Southern nothing. Back in a minute. You're listening to Lions football on 101.7 The Vault.
77 to 2023 calendar year total sales. This is Missouri Southern Lion football, presented by People's Bank of Seneca on 101.7 The Vault.
Nicky Quevedo getting set to kick off for Central Oklahoma. 35 kickoffs this year, 15 for touchbacks. Back deep for the Lions on the near hash, David Bethune. On the far hash, it is Draper Parker. 3-play, 75-yard scoring drive for UCO. Took just 53 seconds. The 67-yard touchdown run by Jaylen Cottrell.
Let's see if the Lions can set up with some good field position with a return game here.
High end over end kick. Draper Parker will watch it bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, over his head that time, and good angle on the football. So Lions will set up, and from the 25, that's still better than the negative position we've seen in a few other games this year. And talking to Nate Haremza, the offensive line coach, he felt like they really found their running game towards the end of that second half last week. That was key to that comeback, and there's some continuity right now. Joaquin Tapiosoa feels fully healthy now, and the rest of the guys starting to play together.
Got 2 men in the backfield. Rodney Wilson, a newcomer, running back to the left. Handoff will go to Victor Chianuma, who is met and dropped after a gain of just a yard. And on the stop is Dylan Buckheit. 2nd and 9 for the Lions at the 26-yard line. The Lions are trying to do something nobody else has done this year against UCO, and that's score in the first quarter. Broncos have now outscored their opponents in the first quarter 56-0.
I certainly want to answer that early because that's what allows them to get the big win last week against Fort Hays State. They got the big lead early, and Fort Hays never could come back.
Will Hyde, a fullback. Handoff again to Chia Newman. Again, hit by Buckheit, this time behind the line of scrimmage. Buckheit, a senior out of Moore, Oklahoma, 21 tackles, has one of their 5 interceptions this year. This will be a loss of a yard back to the 25. And the Lions facing 3rd and 10. Southern in third down conversions this year, 31 of 77, just 40%.
Mike, I mentioned that 3-3-5 look. You see the 3-man front, the 3 backers, and then 5 deep with a 3 safety look. See what the Lions can do against it here with 3rd and long.
They send Bethune in motion from left to right, so 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, short side of the field. Alex Martini and Halim Dixon King, the 2 receivers to the left.
Martini should be a big target here.
Draper Parker, one of the 3 to the right. Good protection. Now Sampson sacked. Good pressure by Hunter Largent up front, 6'3", or 6'2", 345, and a senior with his 12th tackle of the year.
Well, and you saw what coverage does, Mike. He looked at his first option to the right side that time, Draper Parker. He was covered. He pulled it down, tried to step through into the pocket. By then, the rush was there, and the Lions will have to punt it away.
Kobe Stevens deep. Mitchell Corey, 31 punts, a 43-yard average with a long of 60. He's got 9 of over 50 yards. This is a good one, high spiraling punt. Stevens retreats backward. It actually takes a Central Oklahoma bounce on the artificial turf surface, and the Lions will down it in the person of Hayden Sink and around the 38-yard line. We'll keep it here, 12 and 31. It's a 43-yard punt and no return.
Yeah, nice job by Sink to go ahead and grab that one that had already taken the backwards bounce, and he was able to snag it out of the air. But Lions defense will get our first media timeout here.
And we'll take a break with exactly 12 minutes to go in the first quarter. Central Oklahoma 7, Missouri Southern nothing. Back in 1 minute, you're listening to Lions football on 101.7 The Vault. And so explosive is an understatement.
Kind of his middle name right now, Mike, and Lions have to find him and any other back that's in the game.
Single receiver to the left, 2 to the right. They're going to quick pass to the right side. That is a catch by Delso and tackled it around the 39-yard line. Just a gain of 1.
Yeah, this is just a quick read offense from Jet Huff's perspective. He's going to look for a first read. If you don't take it away, he's throwing it.
The one running back is Mason. Good protection, deep downfield, and that is caught at the 35-yard line, and this is going to go for a touchdown.
Unbelievable. That bracket coverage that time did the Lions, and I thought the corner who was underneath the route was in perfect position to knock it down. The ball just got over the top of his fingertips.
Ashton Schumann with his 2nd touchdown catch of the year. 61 yards, his longest catch of the year on his 28th reception.
Michael Williams looked like he was going to knock that one down, but the ball just kept sailing and right into the arms.
13-0 Broncos. We will keep it here after the extra point attempt. So UCO has run 5 plays and scored 2 touchdowns. Quevedo on for the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Well, again, keep it here, 11:31 to go in the first quarter, and the Lions have been knocked down not once, but twice in the first 3.5 minutes of this game.
Well, one of the issues the last couple weeks has been the slow start for the Lions defensively, and this is a team that you can ill afford that, as they've already given up 2 big plays, certainly not what you're looking for. And if you're going to allow that kind of pocket for Jet Huff, you got to have some coverage on the back end and get a little physical with these receivers, I believe would be the other thing you're trying to do, just to knock them off their routes. But, boy, he saw exactly what he wanted and threw it right between the corner and the safety. They were both there. Neither one of them touched the receiver, and he just caught it and ran to daylight for the touchdown.
2 plays, 62 yards in 29 seconds. Their first scoring drive, 3 plays, 75 yards, 53 seconds. 14-0 Broncos. Quevedo will kick off. Booming end-over-end kick. And again, it will go into the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Well, a 3-and-out on that first series by the Lions offense. Certainly, as we talked about in the Keys and in the Open, the running game is what you're trying to establish. You saw on those first couple of run plays, the 3-3 stack that we're seeing, the linebackers coming downhill in a hurry, so got to have some kind of counteraction to that. We'll see if the Lions go the air on first down this time.
Larandian Dowden, the running back. They send Wilhite in motion from left to right. Handoff to Dowden. Tries to get around the right end. Gets a nice block and scampers out to about the 30-yard line. They're going to rule him down at the 29 for a gain of 4.
Yeah, and they show the bootleg action that time. They can come off of that, fake that handoff. Sampson rolling back to his left that time, so maybe setting up something down the way for a bigger play in the passing game.
Dane Hurl comes in as a tight end. Dowden still the running back. Draper Parker split to the left along with Halim Dixon King. 2nd and 6 Lions at their own 29. Sampson wants to throw to the left side. Catch made by Dowden. And Dowden dropped near the 33-yard line. Picks up 4. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Lions.
Well, they do a nice job that time running the receivers, Parker and King, down the field and coming into the flat. Dowden for the catch, and Sampson just taking what was available. Now you got a 3rd and short.
We mentioned the Lions got just 40% on 3rd down conversions this season. In the first quarter of the games this year, Lions have been outscored in the first quarter so far now 66-13. 3rd and 2. You don't want to go 2 straight 3 and outs. Wilhite moves to a fullback position. Handoff to Dowden. He'll
Nice
pick up
play.
the first down. Dowden to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, a little sprint draw that time. Luke Sampson fakes like it's going to be play action, ends up giving it to Dowden late. That opened up the gap on the left side, and he's able to pick up the first down. Positive yardage there and positive emotional push there by the Lions in terms of their confidence starting to build.
Luke Sampson coming into play today, completing 55% of his passes, 87 to 159, 962 yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Again, the running play. This is Deshaun Larson, who had a 100-yard rushing game last week. He picks up 2 yards to the 48.
Lions offensive line that time getting a nice push to the right. I think if he wasn't tripped up, he'd have picked up at least 3 or 4 more yards.
Drop down at the 40, so 2nd and 8. Draper Parker split out wide to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Larson still the running back. Gets the handoff, trying to go straight up the middle and dropped after a short gain. Good job up front by Lamel Gordon, senior from Montgomery, Alabama.
You see,
Lamuel, excuse me, it was like Samuel is what they told me. So
yeah, Lamuel.
Yeah.
Gordon, and you see the Lions running game is making the linebackers come downhill and respect those gaps. You can make the safeties then come up. You'll have a chance, like I said, throw it downhill.
3rd and 6 here for the Lions at their own 42. Southern trailing 14-0, 8:29 remaining first quarter. Empty backfield. Sampson, quick pass to the right. That's a catch by Parker. Did he get enough for the first down? He did. They're going to rule him on the other side of the 48-yard line.
Well, excellent route by Parker. Boy, he got just to the sticks, and the Lions make a quick throw and a quick in-cut by Parker, and great accuracy by Sampson to pick up the first. Keep the chains moving. Keep this Broncos defense on the field a little bit longer.
Draper Parker, 25 catches, 322 yards, both team highs, 2 touchdown receptions with a long pass reception so far this year, 46 yards. Dixon King comes in motion. Sampson wants to throw deep down the middle of the field. Parker is the intended receiver, and it is incomplete. Willie Rice may have got a hand on that pass.
I think he did, Mike, and I think Sampson may have waited just a hair long as Parker came open down the seam, and Sampson trying to throw it away from the defender, but felt like if he could have thrown that straight to the post that time, Parker would have been able to keep gaining ground.
So they go big on first down, come up empty. 2nd and 10 at the Lions near midfield. Broncos show blitz. Here they come. Hand off to the left side. Goes absolutely nowhere. Not 1, not 2, but 3 Broncos wrap up the running back Victor Chianuma for a 3-yard loss back to the 46-yard line.
Well, and that was the strong safety coming all the way from the left side to blitz and be in the hole on the right side of that defense. So they saw it early, and they were effective there. Now 3rd and long for the Lions.
Trailing 14-0. 7:10 remaining first quarter. UCO with 4 up on the line of scrimmage. Sampson drops back. Pressure from the outside. Over the middle. A catch at the 24-yard line. High in the air. And pulling it in is Isaiah Padello with just his 2nd catch of the year.
Oh, I love the lefty Padello. I saw him throwing the football. I said, hey, good to see a lefty out here. But how about the hands of Padello there? And how about the throw by Sampson? A confident throw. And the Lions keep the drive moving. An important pickup there on 3rd and 13.
Gain of 32 on the grab by Padello. 1st and 10 Lions at the UCO 22. 6:30 left first quarter. Missouri Southern trailing 14-0 here on homecoming. Sampson out of the gun. Handoff bouncing outside. That's Dowden to the 10. Tackled at about the 8 by Dylan Buckheit. What a run.
Well, that's what you want to do. And I said last week, with the running game going the way it was late in the
there is an injured Lion.
Second half, that the Lions were gaining confidence, and you saw it there. He just broke loose and picked up the yards with his speed. I hope the Lions don't have any kind of serious injury here. We'll try to pick up a name for you in a moment.
14-yard run down to the 8 will set up 1st and goal. Dowden this year, 14 carries, 32 yards with a long run of 17. Victor Chianuma, 43 carries, 130 yards. His longest run, 11. And the only guy that has a rushing touchdown, has 2 of them, Deshaun Larson, 73 carries, 266 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And he's got the longest run from scrimmage of 22 yards.
Unfortunately, that's Joaquin Tapisoa, who was just coming back into full health. To get him back to his feet, Brandon Myers and the training staff will look him over on the sideline. We'll see a new center for the Lions. We'll get a number for you here in just a moment.
Well, they'll probably move Chad Anderson from left guard to center, so then we will look for a new left guard. That's 63.
That's Alex Curry coming in.
So Curry goes to left guard. Chad Anderson, the left guard, moves to center. 1st and goal, Lions at the 8. 6:10 to go first quarter. Missouri Southern trailing UCO 14-0. Broncos, the only undefeated team left in the MIAA, ranked number 17 in the country. A run off the left side to Chianuma to about the 4-yard line.
Well, nice job that time.
Dowden, excuse me.
Dowden picks the hole properly, getting to the outside zone play. And they pulled the right guard that time, and Kenny Furman comes around, delivers a nice block.
Dowden remains in the game. Isaiah Padello split wide to the right. Halim Dixon King wide left. 2nd and goal from inside the 4. Sampson. Pass caught by Wilhite for a touchdown.
Well, they go play action, and everybody camped on the running game that time, and Trace Wilhite sneaks out of the backfield, and a perfect delivery by Sampson before he was leveled. And the Lions get a touchdown on a super job of adjusting in this second drive and keeping it alive with a couple of 3rd down conversions. Put it in the end zone.
Great play action fake. Reese on for the extra point. We'll keep it here. The kick is good. Boy, a badly needed touchdown. And indeed, for the first time this year, UCO gives up points in the first quarter.
Well, you wanted it, and the Lions deliver. They certainly did a lot of good things on that drive. And you saw the combination, Mike, that I think is going to be the secret if they're going to have continued success. And that was the running game got going just a little bit. Sampson hit some open receivers. And aggressively, one of the things you have to do, I think, against a team like UCO, who is so prolific offensively, you do have to take your shots. And the Lions were aggressive a couple times in the passing game. Attempted one down the field to Parker, almost completed it, but then got the big catch by Padello. And that was a key to keeping that drive alive and letting them get on into the end zone with the score by Wilhite.
12 plays, 75 yards in 6 minutes, 7 seconds. Wilhite, 4-yard pass from Sampson. Drake Reese, the extra point, remains perfect in that category this year, now 9 for 9. Southern trailing 14-7. Again, we were told by the official, referee Manu Preston, that some of these breaks may be just a little longer than normal to allow these players to keep hydrated. It is 90 degrees. The humidity is down, but boy, on that turf, it just gets toasty in full pads.
Well, when I was down there before the game, Mike, it certainly felt like 100. So it was one of those days. The difference is that Coach Atiba Bradley said a couple weeks ago when Northwest was here, it was about this temperature with no breeze. Today, at least, you got that southwest breeze at about 13 miles an hour, giving you a little bit of feel good and getting at least the sweat to dry a little bit, maybe, as you start to break that sweat.
Officially a 3-yard touchdown pass from Sampson to Wilhite.
Well, the next piece of progression you want to see from the Lions is going to come not just in this return game, but it's going to come with the adjustments Coach Joe Batasso and his staff can make for these defensive unit of the Lions. You can't keep giving up the big plays that we saw in the first 2 possessions.
12th meeting between the 2 squads. Central Oklahoma leads the series 7-4, including that win last year on the final play of the game on the field goal by Quevedo that gave the Broncos a 3-point win. The wind blows the ball off the tee, so Drake Reese will try it again.
Well, let's just have another easy touchback off his right foot here.
That was a 10-play, 63-yard scoring drive last year when Quevedo kicked that 29-yard field goal with no time remaining to win it 30-27. After Drake Reese had kicked a field goal with 4:31 to go in the game to put the Lions, or to tie that game at 27. A good job again by Drake Reese kicking it out of the back of the end zone.
Well, with the win, no problem for Reese to clear the back of the end zone there. And now let's see if the Lions can do something defensively to disrupt this timing. I said you got to sometimes just slow down the jet. So far they haven't been able to lay a hand on him. The other thing they thought they might be able to do is if they can get around the edge once in a while, get their hands up and see if they can take away his passing lane.
Jet Huff out of the shotgun. The running back, Jaylen Cottrell. It's the handoff up the middle and runs out to the 30-yard line. A pickup of 5 at 2nd and 5. Colton Bass on the stop. 36 tackles, 19 solo tackles for Bass this year.
Cottrell showing good vision there. Started to his right and went back up the middle.
On 2nd and 5, Huff wants to throw. Left side, pass is caught for a first down on the far side of the field. Dominic Dunn, the tight end.
Adam Dorrell described Huff as a gym rat, a coach's son that just knows a lot about football and has the arm to go with it.
Dominic Dunn with his 10th catch of the year. They send a man in motion. They throw to him. That's Cottrell, makes the catch. And tripped up at about the 40-yard line. Nice play defensively by the Lions that time by Xavier DeLong.
And that's the difference between Cottrell getting down the field and you being in position to tackle him for a short gain.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 UCO. And is there an injured player right in front of the bench? There is.
Maybe one of the Lions here. Cottrell was getting ready to sub out. He used as many as 3 or 4 backs. We're about to see
that is Xavier
Mason.
Yeah, Xavier DeLong was the young man that made the tackle, but he was also the young man that got hurt.
Well, let's see if Brandon Myers can attend to him, get him back to his feet. This
has not been a good year injury-wise for the Lions. You lose Nathan Glades in preseason, out for the rest of the year. We've seen injuries to a great linebacker in Zach Bergman. The injuries to Deontay Campbell, an injury to Akeem Gilmore, who's back, the injury to Dimitri Lloyd, and the list goes on and on.
Yeah, and you got Toussaint on the defensive line as well.
2nd and 7, Huff all day, deep downfield. Man is open, but the ball is thrown just beyond the grasp of Jacob Delso, who had his man beat.
Oh, he was streaking down the inside of the numbers in the hash on the right side, and there's just no lack of strength for Mr. Huff's arm. He is throwing it 50, 60 yards when he wants to.
And again, he's only 5 feet 8 inches tall. How he sees over those big offensive linemen is amazing. 3rd and 7. Back to pass. Downfield, man wide open. Catch made at the 30, down to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and a touchdown for Terrell Davis.
Again, their leading receiver, Davis, burns the Lions. They run a nice underneath route that time. That took the attention of one of the defensive backs. That left Davis open on the little over route down that left side and able to throw it all the way across the field from the right hash to the numbers. Huff completes it for a touchdown.
It's his longest reception of the year. Previous high was 55. This one goes for 59 yards and a score. We'll keep it here after the extra point by Quevedo. It is up, and it is good. 3 huge plays by UCO. 67-yard run by Cottrell, 61-yard pass to Schumann, 59-yard pass to Davis. They have run a total of 10 plays, and they lead it 21-7.
And, Mike, when you look back at all 3 touchdown plays, they have some similarities. On the first one, it was just missing the angles and letting them out-leverage you to the sideline. On the second one, again, they just get a great throw. And on this third one, maybe a little bit of miscommunication or blown coverage. That's what the Broncos have taken advantage of in each of their wins this year, is teams not able to stay with these receivers and have a difficulty tackling these backs.
So that was just, what I say, a routine 3rd and 7 on your own 41-yard line. And this team, UCO, hasn't had a whole lot of problem in 3rd down conversions this year. How about 25 of 48 for 52%?
Well, that just tells you are in a lot of games when you're converting at that rate, because you know they also haven't been in 3rd down that often.
No.
So that just multiplies your success rate.
And by the way, that stat is 10th nationally, and they have the 4th most first downs in the country at 118 entering the game today. Amazing.
Well, one of the things Adam Dorrell said about this squad is he's starting to get the depth he needed to compete in the MIAA. You're seeing it right now.
Quevedo will kick. Bethune on the near hash. Draper Parker on the far hash. Parker returning it from the 5 to the 10, 15, 20. Holt to 25, and he will be stopped at the 30-yard line.
He got clotheslined there, but a good return by Parker. Good decision there on the shorter kick to go ahead and pick up some field position for your offense. And Luke Sampson, who successful on the last drive, able to put things together on this one. Got to keep answering those scores.
Huff is 6 for 7, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sampson 4 for 5 for 46 yards and a touchdown. Lions will start this drive at their own 30. They trail 17th-ranked UCO 21-7, 4:15 remaining in the opening quarter. Football on the far right hash, wide side of the field to the left. They bring a man in motion. They run the jet sweep. They give it to
Bethune.
Bethune, thank you, and out of bounds right at the 30 for no gain. So they do call that a forward pass.
Yeah, he got to the edge that time, but you've got to have a seal block on that edge to allow Bethune to turn that corner. But the Broncos able to rally from their defensive back positions to cut off the edge and take him down for no gain.
Bethune had just 1 reception for 9 yards coming into play today, so that reception for no yards. 2nd and 10, Lions back at the 30. A play-action fake, throw to the left. Draper Parker makes the catch, but he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage around the 25-yard line. Is not being fooled at all. For the Broncos was Dalton Hurd.
Yeah, Dalton Hurd came out of his safety position. He read the play, kind of a slow developing. You want that pass just bang, bang,
yeah.
Mike, and it looked like Sampson had to take an extra second to set up, and they were right on top of Parker in a hurry. Now 3rd and long. Lions converted on a 3rd and 13 on the previous drive.
They're 3 for 4 in third down conversion. Sampson retreats, screen pass.
That's Larson.
Larson to the 40, 45, out to the 48-yard line. Great play call and great execution.
Yeah, they kind of just clear out the right side with a couple of receivers and invite the rush that time. And then Sampson, good patience. And once Larson got it, he got a nice block out in front of him. He did the rest with his feet.
Did the rest for a 21-yard completion to the 48-yard line. First and 10 Lions there. Southern trailing 21-7. We're down to 2:28 remaining in the first quarter here in Joplin. Straight handoff to Larson. A gain of 1 to the 49 is all. Boy, UCO does such a really good job of getting in the backfield. Connor Johnson, the linebacker from Tulsa, 22 tackles. Helped out that time by Zane Adams.
Yeah, Connor Johnson, one of the standouts on this defense for Adam Dorrell's ball club.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 Lions near midfield at their own 49-yard line. Empty backfield. They have 3 receivers to the left. They put Chianuma in motion. Here comes the outside linebacker blitz. Pass is caught. I believe that's Padello to the 46-yard line. It is Padello on the catch.
Yeah, the Lions used that overload formation to the right that time, and Sampson got it out of his hands quickly. Padello with a nice pickup there.
It's a gain of 5. It will bring up 3rd and a long 4.
Lions would like to capitalize in this next minute and 20 seconds while they still have the wind.
If it was a true south wind, it would be at their back, but it's kind of a southwest wind today. They'll shift the 2 tight ends to the right. Trey Holloway and Will Height. Sampson drops back, pressured. Pass is nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. If Buck Height intercepts that, that is an easy pick 6. Holloway was the intended receiver.
Yeah, you need to float that one just a hair more into the air. You got a big target in Holloway, taller than Buck Height, but because of the zip on the pass, Sampson trying to throw it through the hands of Buck Height almost, and nearly cost him. Lions will punt it away here with Mitch Corey.
Jacob Delso deep along with Kobe Stevens. Line of scrimmage, the UCO 46. Try to pin them inside the 20. End over end punt.
Fair catch.
At the 10. 36-yard punt, no return. We will keep it here. With 55 seconds to go in the first quarter, and it's still the Lions down 21-7.
Well, they moved the ball a bit that time, but just unfortunate after the nice pickup on the screen by Larson for the first down. Fell short there on the throw to Holloway. Now you're asking your defense to get right back out there. We see Jordan Ledette in there now at a corner on this near side.
Diego Oliver also in the secondary.
Oliver gets downhill, gets a feet of the ball carrier.
Which is William Mason.
And we thought we would see Mason sooner or later. They interchange, he and Cottrell.
Gain of 2 out to the 12, 2nd and 8. Quickly ready to go. Jet Huff out of the gun. Throws to the left side. The pass is caught. Going to be close to a first down on the catch by Kazan Bird. I'm sorry, he's linebacker 13. Christian Romero's the other 13. Romero with the catch.
In their final practice yesterday, the Lions really tried to get up to the speed of what they're seeing out of the Broncos, but you can see right now Jet Huff has it going on.
He fakes the toss, the keeper by Huff, who slides for a first down at the 22. That's a good play call.
Yeah, once in a while you got to be that threat as a quarterback runner, and Huff showing he's not scared to keep it.
He's got 19 carries for 53 yards and a touchdown with a long run of 21 yards this year. Converting on first down here, that's going to be the last play of the first quarter as the Broncos head to their sideline at the end of 1 here at Fred Hughes Stadium. Central Oklahoma 21, Missouri Southern 7. Back in 1 minute, you're listening to Lions football on 101.7 The Vault.
His first look allows some of your pass rush to get in his face.
On first and 10, pass to the right side is caught on the far side of the field. Davis out of bounds near the 30.
And Diego Oliver over there with the tackle. That time they just nice little out route in the flat, and Lions playing zone coverage.
Got a flag against UCO. I don't think we had a penalty call in the first quarter. We did not.
No, first penalty of the afternoon. And anytime you get a negative play like this in a set of downs, Mike, it's my opinion, your defense has to get a little bit more aggressive on the ensuing plays and try to keep them in that negative position.
So we'll call it 1st and 15 for the Broncos back at their own 17. They lead the Lions 21-7, early second quarter. All day for Huff, rolling to his right. Pass is incomplete. The man was open, and that man that we talked about a moment ago, Christian Romero.
Well, Lions do a better job that time, at least getting a pass rush and taking away his first look. And I really like what they did up front that time, just trying to take away what he wanted to do and make him throw it a little bit wide that time. Jermaine Young Jr. had his hands up trying to block that pass.
That wind has almost shifted to a straight south breeze, which is totally at the back now of UCO here in the second quarter. They run the option. Cottrell around the right end. Tackled around the 24-yard line.
Lions were wary of the toss that time and able to stop it and not let him get around the corner.
I see a flag. Referee Manu Preston.
Just a three-man committee meeting here. We'll relay it to Mr. Preston.
Personal foul. Illegal horse collar tackle. Defense number 32. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run.
Horse collar tackle that first time down. Called on the Lions, and that'll give them a first down as they get Riley Hammonds that time on the horse collar tackle and just broke the opportunity there to keep them in a 3rd and long and perhaps get the ball back.
14:22 to go first half. Broncos up 21-7. Huff rolling to his left, still looking, going to tuck it and run. Slides down at the 40-yard line.
Well, again, good pursuit by the defensive line and good coverage in the defensive backfield. Staying a little tighter on these receivers right now. Second time we've seen Huff in a scramble. It's not his primary objective, though, and that's a plus for the Lions.
On 2nd and 9, pass is incomplete on the near sideline as they look for Ashton Schumann.
Schumann with McKee coming on top of him. Wasn't going to be able to make the interception, but Schumann may have hurt his feet coming and didn't want to reach out those arms.
Jet Huff ready to go here on 3rd and 9. They're 3 for 3 in third down conversions. Good protection. Deep downfield into double coverage. The pass is incomplete, and they're going to throw a flag.
I can't believe it, Mike. I was underthrown football that time. I thought the Lions had pretty good coverage. They had 2 guys on him.
Diego Oliver and DeMichael Porter.
Yeah, Porter had his back to the
pass
ball.
Interference. Defense number 43. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic.
43.
First down.
23,
yeah,
Mike.
They did. That hurts. That absolutely hurts. 3rd and 9. Incomplete pass. You would have forced a punt.
Well, and let's see.
Going to mark the penalty off to the 45, which they already have, the 15-yard penalty against the Lions and a first down.
I prefer that over completed pass, but still, you feel like that's about as good a coverage as you can have.
Southern will rush 4. Play action fake. Huff to his right. Decides to run. Slides down around the 41-yard line.
And good decision there by Oliver not to tackle him once he got into the slide.
See Marco Collins coming in at a cornerback.
Got to get off the field quickly against this quick tempo offense.
Makai Williams up at a defensive back position. Now comes up to cover his receiver. The toss to Mason to the 35, still on his feet. Tries to break a tackle. He will, and it'll be a first down for the Broncos near the 31-yard line.
Yeah, and you can't have that kind of hesitation, Mike. They had him cornered after the toss, and then it's like the Lions linebackers wanted to kind of set their feet again and see which way he wanted to go.
Another injured player.
And we'll see who the injury is. But, yeah, I think you want to keep attacking that ball carrier whenever you get a chance. Oliver coming off the field now, and Joe Batasso will have a chance to talk to his defensive unit. They've slowed down Jet Huff a bit more. He's running a little more, scrambling a little more, and causing some problems, but you've got to find a way to get to him somehow.
They help up Makai Williams, who now under his own power, able to come toward the bench.
Injuries have certainly mounted for the Lions. One of the good news, or pieces of good news, the Lions will probably get Mr. Campbell back next week if the progress continues for him. He felt very positive before the game. We'll see if he can get back to regular practice next week. He does not want to miss the rest of what is his senior season. Our referee, Manu Preston, will call him back to the field.
Quick score update. Nebraska Kearney leading Southwest Minnesota State 28-0, 9:18 left third quarter. 11:54 to go second quarter. Emporia State leading Northeastern State 21-4. Emporia State, nationally ranked, will be here in Joplin next Saturday. That's a 1 o'clock kickoff, by the way, next week, 12:30 for our pregame. Pitt State leading Missouri Western 10-6, early second quarter. As the Broncos are ready to go. Jet Huff passed to the near sideline, and it is dropped. I mean, it was right in the hands of the receiver, Dunn, the tight end, but he dropped it.
Yeah, good coverage that time as Hayden Sink was right there, maybe to blow him up, and maybe he looked up with his eyes to find the defender before he looked the ball in, and break there for the Lions, 2nd and 10 here.
By the way, coming up at the conclusion of our broadcast today, we will join the Arkansas Razorback pregame show in progress here on the Vault as the Hogs take on 4th-ranked Tennessee down in Fayetteville. Toss to the right side to Mason, gets outside for a first down, and finally tripped up at the 20-yard line.
And that's almost a touchdown-saving tackle that time by Peyton McKee from his safety position. Doing a good job blocking the edge on that toss play. Lions have got to find a way to penetrate, make it a negative play.
1st and 10 UCO at the Lion 20. Broncos 21, Lions 7, 12:08 remaining first half. Jet Huff looks over to the Broncos sideline. Running back Jaylen Cottrell just off his left shoulder. 3 receivers to the left. Tight end to the right is Dominic Dunn. 1st and 10 from the 20. Lions will rush 4. Huff wants to throw. Has all day. Pass over the middle. Incomplete on a big hit that time. The intended receiver was Terrell Davis, and a big stick by Makai Williams, who apparently is 100% okay after he was down on the turf a moment ago.
Yeah, Williams able to come up and really knock the player down. The ball came with it.
Is that 10 or 18? I may have said.
I believe that was Sink on the breakup.
I think so, yeah. Toss to Cottrell, tries to go down the left end, tries to stiff arm a tackler, and is wrestled to the ground around the 14-yard line. Tackle made by Riley Hammonds.
Riley Hammonds back in there getting some playing time. This would be one of those days you're going to rotate a lot of guys. Lions trying to sub in 2 tackles, and they're going to get a quick timeout here to make sure they do.
Atiba is not happy. Yeah, there was mass confusion on the defensive side and a well-called timeout that time. Holy cow. We'll take a break. 11:24 to go, second quarter. Broncos 21, Lions 7. Back in 1 minute. You're listening to Lion Football on 101.7 The Vault. 3rd down and 5 for UCO at the Lion 15. They send a man in motion. Pass into the end zone. It is caught for a Bronco touchdown on a great grab in the end zone by Jacob Delso.
Marco Collins in one-on-one coverage that time, but is back to the play and saw the ball come over the top, tried to rip it out of the receiver's hands. But, Mike, that's one you want to maybe have a little bit of a 3-quarter look on so you can get your eyes up and have a chance to knock that one down a little sooner.
Delso's first touchdown catch of the afternoon. His 3rd touchdown reception this season. Quevedo on for the extra point. We'll keep it here. The kick is up, and it is good.
The extra point is good.
as the Broncos, who scored on their first 4 possessions, they have not been stopped by the Lion defense. That's on a 13-play, 90-yard scoring drive. It is now 28-7 Broncos.
And you'd have to say, Mike, the big play on that series was the pass interference call from about the midfield as the Lions defended it well, but that ended up continuing the drive, and you really can't give a team like this second and third chances. Able to capitalize and keep marching down the field. Felt like the coverage was pretty solid for the most part on that series, but Huff showing he can fit it in tight spaces and able to get it to Delso that time just over the top on a corner pylon route. Collins in trail position that time, just couldn't get his hands up through the football.
"13 plays, 90 yards in 4 minutes, 35 seconds. Huff, 14-yard pass to Delso. So that came on a 3rd and 5 from the 14.
Yeah, it came after a Lions timeout when maybe you would have had a different look from the Broncos. They had plenty of time to talk about it after the Lions had to call timeout due to a late substitution. Otherwise, it might have just been gashed. But again, we knew it coming into the afternoon. This was going to be a team that would be tough to slow down. Not a team you're going to be able to shut out by any means. So it'll continue to be a burden for the Lions defensively, but even more so on the Lions offensively to put some scoring drives together to be able to do what they need to do to try to keep this score close.
28-7 UCO. Men's head basketball coach Sam McMahon will be our special halftime guest during our Mercy Health System halftime report. Lions are home next Saturday, hosting Emporia State. Reminder, a 1 o'clock kickoff next week, 12:30 for our pregame coverage. And women's head basketball coach Ronnie Russell will join us at halftime of next week's ball game, and the wind will blow the football off the kicking tee.
Both teams have had a chance now to see what this south wind is doing, and may have picked up a bit since our kickoff. It was 13 mile an hour at the time.
Draper Parker on the near hash. David Bethune on the far hash, and a booming kick out of the back of the end zone. Lions start on their 25.
Well, Luke Sampson and company try to get something going again here. Had a long rest on the sideline. Got to keep making your way down the field and asking your receivers and your guys up front are the key to this ball game right now. They've got to do the blocking in the running game. We'll continue to see rotation in the backfield as Dowden's back in there now with Sampson. Had a couple nice runs on the Lions scoring drive.
Draper Parker split wide to the left. Hakeem Gilmore to the right. They're going to look to the right toward Gilmore. The pass is incomplete. Coverage on the play by J.K. Moore.
Yeah, well covered that time, and probably a pretty good decision to throw that one high. Playing tight coverage at times on these receivers. You got to find a way to get them, burn them over the top, or get into some of the gaps in this defensive backfield. Tough against this 3-3-5 look.
Sampson 8 for 11 for 69 yards. Dowden slips as he tries to make a cut off left guard. He'll get forward progress out to the 28-yard line, but it is 3rd and 7 for MSSU.
Yeah, had good room that time off the left side. Bethune, Aiden Robbins, and Wayne come into the game at receiver.
Jack Puckett, Zane Adams on that last stop for UCO. Lions 4 of 6 in third down conversions. They trailed 28-7, 10:45 remaining first half.
Empty look here.
2-by-3 look. Bethune, we mentioned Robinson Wayne. Parker all to the right. They look to the left. Slant pattern is caught. And Gilmore is going to be about 2 yards short of the first down. He's tackled at the 33, needed to get to the 35. It's 4th and 2, and on comes the punting unit.
I know you're asking him to maybe break a tackle there to get to the first down mark, Mike, but always like it better when the route itself takes you beyond the sticks and allows you to have the easy completion, and then if you get extra yardage, it's just bonus. Mitch Corey on the punt.
Punting into the wind for the first time today. Good pressure. Low line drive kick.
Nice job of getting a roll out of it here.
Going to roll dead at the 30-yard line. 17 and 20, 37-yard punt. No return. We'll keep it here.
Well, Mitch Corey understanding well with all the practices they have on this field and the conditions that they're used to. That one did not need to be a kick that was skied in the air and hung up in the wind somehow.
We didn't want style points, did we?
No.
We want results.
We want results, and anything that keeps Kobe Stevens from having a chance is good with me.
So here comes Huff, 8 of 13, 161 yards, 3 touchdowns. Play action fake. They dump it short. Pass is caught. This is Turner, the tight end, flag on the play. Turner out of bounds near the 40-yard line.
Yeah, maybe a hold on the edge that time. A couple of the receivers blocking early.
Holding. Offense, number 11. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay. First down.
So about a 4-yard completion to the 34. Then they'll mark the penalty off back to the 24.
Well, always good, again, when you can push them backwards, get them into 1st and 15 here instead of...
They're going to mark it all the way back to the 15-yard line. So apparently...
10-yard penalty from the spot. So, yeah, it'd be more like a 1st and 20 here.
Yeah. Now they've correctly marked it to the 24. Yeah. I thought, what are they doing all the way back to the 14? The officials caught their mistake. So 1st and 16 from the 24. 1-by-3 look. Keeper by Jet Huff. Out to the 30. Ooh, big hit at the 32-yard line.
Lions say they busted the ball loose. We'll see if it was after he was down.
They rule the runner down. I mean, Jet Huff took a hit.
Well, again, getting to him somehow, some way, either in the running game or the pass game, got to be part of your plan. It's over his head.
He picked up 9 on the scramble, and then the snap goes over his head. The ball is still loose at the 21-yard line.
He tried to jump on it. It came loose again. Lions think they have it.
They don't.
But we'll wait for referee Manu Preston to tell us.
It was recovered by Matt Garner, but we will see. They're still talking it over. They have not made a decision one way or the other.
Injured player on the field as well, Mike.
And that injured player is Jet Huff, the quarterback.
Well, he got smacked on back-to-back plays. First on the run play on the previous down as the Lions came in late and smacked him in the shoulder pads. And this time as he tried to recover the fumble after the snap went over his head, no question about the fact that the Lions were going to come in there, and there's about 3 or 4 of them that piled in there on top.
Top of the hour here at 3 o'clock. Great to have you with us on KHST, Lamar, Joplin, 101.7 FM, The Vault. Mike McClure, Scott Boudreau, Bobby Landis, our producer this afternoon. Again, a reminder, Arkansas Razorback football comes up at the conclusion of our broadcast day. Arkansas hosting 4th-ranked Tennessee down in Fayetteville at 6:30 kick. And we will join the pregame show in progress on the Razorback Radio Network.
And Coach Atiba Bradley asking for a full explanation from the head linesman right now about that fumble recovery. Let's see what happens on this discussion. Would you consider challenging? He's got a red flag in his left hip, but I guess convinced enough.
A lot of chirping going on out there.
Well, I can tell by his reaction and hand signals that he wasn't exactly convinced Lions didn't have it at some point.
3rd and 19.
Got to get a stop here.
UCO 4 for 4 in third down conversions. They scored 2 touchdowns on third downs. Scrambling the new quarterback. Pass is incomplete. And the new quarterback is a familiar name to Lion fans. It's former QB Dawson Hurl, who's completed 74% of his passes this year, but 8 of 13 for 43 yards and 1 interception.
Dawson Hurl, a former Lions himself, transferred to UCO a couple years ago. Saw some action last year. In fact, started some games. And then had to come in on that occasion. If you're going to do one thing to a backup quarterback, make him roll left and try to throw it. And the Lions had good pursuit that time. The Broncos will punt it away for the first time this afternoon.
They've got a great punter in Grayson Miller, second team all-conference last year. And look at this one with the wind at his back. All the way back to the 20-yard line. Robinson Wayne is brought down at the 20. 30 and 29. That's a 59-yard punt.
Well, he used every bit of his foot and the wind that aided him with the 13-mile-an-hour help there. But it was a great decision by Aiden Robinson Wayne. He lets that one bounce, Mike. He might have been down on the 5. Lions will get it at about the 19.
Grayson Miller, 10 punts for a 47-yard average with a long of 65, and 5 of his 10 have been longer than 50. Add another one to that stat. Lions will start at their own 19. Southern trailing 17th ranked UCO 28-7, 8:16 left first half. Play action fake. Sampson deep far sideline. Catch made for a first down around the 42-yard line.
Well, I love the play action that time on the fake of the jet sweep to Bethune. That leaves the receiver Larson open on the little circle route down the left sideline.
Just the second catch of the year for Deshaun Larson, who had 1 catch for 5 yards. This is his second catch of the year, and it is good for 24 yards out to the 43 and a 1st and 10 for the Lions, who are going into this south breeze here in the second quarter. 7:40 to go in the second. Lions down 28-7. Back to the running play. Deshaun Larson to the 47-yard line, picks up 4.
Chianuma will come in after a couple of plays by Larson and keep the fresh bodies out there. Love to see that running game continue to try to test this Broncos defense. At a minimum, keep them off balance and open up the passing game. We said in the keys that you had to run it to throw it. That's going to be true all afternoon.
Aleem Dixon-King, Draper Parker split to the right. They bring the tight end in motion, hand off to Chianuma to the 50. They still haven't blown the whistle yet. They're going to give him another yard to the 49-yard line for a gain of 4. It'll set up 3rd and 2.
And Mike talking to Nate Haremza, the O-line coach for the Lions, he feels like one of the reasons they're starting to play better as an offensive line unit is they understand what he wants. They went through 3 offensive line coaches in the last 6 months. Now in game 6, Alex Curry comes into the backfield as an extra back. Lions want a big push here.
3rd and 2, UCO with 7, just stacked up on the line of scrimmage. Lions try to run to the right side, and I don't think they got enough. Chianuma on the carry, and he is stopped for a gain of just 1. It'll be 4th and 1.
You got to go for it here, Mike. You're down 3 scores right now. Let's see if they leave Curry in there. And
Top Usoa is back in at center, which moves Chad Anderson back to left guard.
They'll bring the heavy look out, Mike, and put a couple receivers in there instead. Aleem Dixon-King in there on that left side.
Play clock at 10. They go wildcat look here. No, it is Sampson. It's off the left shoulder. Straight up the middle. Chianuma right at the first down marker. It's close.
Wilbert Phillips, the right tackle, thinks they made the line to gain. There was a big pile in the middle.
Pretty good spot that time. Officials will eyeball it.
And
say first down.
There you go. good push up front by the middle of that Lions offensive line that I was just talking about.
5:02 to go first half. Missouri Southern trailing 17th ranked UCO 28-7. Missouri Southern fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 at the UCO 47-yard line. Sampson, 2 running backs joining him left and right. They run a draw play. Dowden to the 43-yard line. Tackle made by Jack Puckett.
Yeah, a little misdirection. Sprint draw again by Dowden. He's a tough runner, Mike. He looks light, and he'll put on some weight over the next couple of years. A true freshman. Chianuma comes out of the game. Dowden will stay in there.
2 new tight ends, Alex Martini and Dane Hurl checking in. 2nd and 6 Lions at the UCO 43. Sampson joined in the backfield by Dowden, who gets the handoff. Off left tackle, not much there. No gain, tackled at the 43.
Well, and I'll tell you the difference on that run versus some of the runs we saw late last week. He tried to hesitate that time. You got to hit that thing at full speed. Larson back in there for him now.
3rd and 6. Lions in 3rd down conversions today, 4 for 8. UCO 4 for 5. Southern with 7 first downs. Broncos have 10. 3:46 to go first half. Lions down 28-7, facing 3rd and 6 on the Bronco 43. Need to get to the 37 to move the chains. Broncos rushing 3. Sampson deep downfield. It is incomplete.
Parker well covered that time, and
Halim Dixon King, I think.
Halim Dixon King
Yeah.
well covered that time, but again, just a tight passing window that time. And they'll send Mitch Corey on to punt it. They went for it on 4th and 1. Eschewing that opportunity here at 4th and 6.
End over end punt.
I need a little bounce back on this.
Yeah, instead it bounced forward into the end zone. Touchback. Broncos get it at their 20 with 3:20 to go in the first half. UCO with a 28-7 lead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Broncos have had to punt just 1 time. They scored on their first 4 possessions.
Well, we'll see if Jet Huff is back in the ball game at quarterback after he came out. Dawson Hurl came in relief. And
I guess it would be Hurl.
we'll just see.
Nope, it's 2. Jet Huff.
Back in there, so not a serious injury. You're always thankful for that.
William Mason, the running back. Got 2 receivers to the left, tight end to the left, single receiver to the right. They go with a running play to the left side and a good cut by Mason to about the 26-yard line. On the stop, Colton Bass.
Lively on the stop there.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Broncos ready to go. This time 3 receivers to the right. Again, a running play to the short side of the field. William Mason bumped out of bounds just short of the first down by Colton Bass.
And you just feel like on some of these running plays to the outside,
Ooh, they gave him the 30-yard line. Go ahead.
Broncos are just setting you up for something behind that or on the backside. So you got to be leery of the pass here.
Didn't think he got forward progress to the 30, but that's where they marked it. 1st and 10 UCO. Clock running, 2:42 to go before halftime. Play action fake. Huff to his right, rolling, pass downfield. The catch is made at the 50-yard line by Ashton Schumann for a first down.
Ashton Schumann that time running a really nice route and then just sat down between Michael Williams and Xavier DeLong.
There's an injured Lion. That's Andrew Portillo, the nose guard.
But he saw his quarterback scrambling to his right, and he just sat down the route and right between a couple of defenders, and they get the completion. Hope Portillo's all right. The line's already thin at defensive tackle, losing a couple of starters last week. Toussaint out of it, and Ralph Covington as well. Talked to him this week. He was still getting evaluated, but felt like he might be out for an extended time as well.
How good has it been for Adam Dorrell, the graduate of Northwest Missouri, led his alma mater to 3 NCAA Division II national championships, each time a perfect 15-0 season, 2013, 2015, 2016, a 76-8 overall record at Northwest. Went 57-4 in MIAA play while head coach at Northwest, and went down to become a head coach at Abilene Christian 2017 through 2021. Last season at Abilene Christian was 5-6, and then since going to UCO, 6-5 2 years ago, 5-6 last year, and off to a 4-0 start this year.
Yeah, you can just see the strength building in the program in this third year.
From the 49-yard line, 1st and 10 Broncos. Huff, pressured, rolling to his right, and sacked at the 44-yard line. Lions finally get to him in the backfield. There's a flag on the play. David Vaughn on the sack.
I'm not sure what that's about. They've been something with the receiver and the defensive back. We'll see what the officials have in mind here. Looks like
Dead ball, personal foul, face mask, defense number 32. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
and Lively protesting the call right now. I don't know if he was involved in the tackle or not. David Vaugh really doing most of the work that time. Lively going to come out of the game, and he not happy about the call, but I'll tell you who's a little more unhappy, and that's Coach Atiba Bradley. We're going to have a timeout on the field.
It's our 2-minute timeout. We'll take a break. 1:58 to go, second quarter. Our score, Broncos 28, Lions 7. Back in 1 minute. You're listening to Lion Football on 101.7 The Vault.
He said one of the things I like to do is recruit kids that are high school wrestlers. He loves the toughness of a high school wrestler. Several of them sprinkled around this Broncos ball club.
1st and 10 from the 45. Jed Huff drops back, surveys the field, rolls to his right, pass downfield, caught short of the first down, out of bounds near the 32-yard line.
Well, the Lions getting good initial pass rush.
Romero on the catch.
Yeah, trying to stay disciplined, though, and not get out of their lanes, but maybe missing an opportunity to go ahead and get in his face.
Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Broncos at the Lion 33. Clock running, or clock stop now, 1:54 to go in the first half. On the running play, Jaylen Cottrell for a first down near the 25-yard line.
Mason Rumsey came up from his safety position to upend Cottrell.
Going to reel him down at the 26 for a gain of 7. It is a 1st and 10 for UCO. They have all 3 timeouts remaining. Lions have 2 timeouts remaining. Jed Huff out of the gun. Again, all day, pass downfield, incomplete. The intended receiver was Jacob Delso, but the pass was broken up.
Nice job by Peyton McKee that time of closing on the play and knocking the ball down after it got into the receiver's hands. But again, Huff with a little too much time for my comfort, and I'm sure the Lions want to continue to try to pursue him and try to create some kind of negative play.
Texas A&M defeating Mizzou today, 41-10 down in College Station. Quick pass, catch by Terrell Davis. Davis, still on his feet, has a first down and tackled at the 14-yard line for a gain of 12.
Yeah, back to the quick passing game there. You saw Huff make the quick decision. Saw his favorite receiver, Davis, to his left that time.
They're inside the red zone. 1st and 10 Broncos at the Lion 14. Still 1:22 to go before halftime. Play action fake. Huff rolling to his right. The pass is incomplete. And don't know if Jacob Delso ran the wrong route or...
He was trying to run out and up, and Jordan Ledette cut him off that time. Didn't let him get upfield. A good job of defending the play. Not being fooled by the initial move, and I think Huff elected just to throw it on out of bounds.
So 2nd and 10 from the 14. Clock stop with the incomplete pass. 1:16 remaining second quarter. Broncos 28, Lions 7.
Be a big stop here if you could hold him out of the end zone with 1:16.
3 receivers to the right. He throws to the right, and the pass is incomplete. McKee on the coverage. They were looking for Davis.
Davis fell down or maybe didn't finish his route. Again, 3rd and 10 here, and these are the moments where you, at a minimum, like to force that field goal, get them into 4th down here, or even create a turnover right now.
Stephen Black back in at cornerback. 3rd and 10 from the 14. Jet Huff looking, scrambling to his left, looking into the end zone. The pass is caught, then dropped at about the 1 yard line.
Great job that time of defending by Colton Bass, the linebacker. And a little short conversation between him and the intended receiver after the play, but outstanding defense right there to prevent a touchdown.
And Quevedo on to try the field goal. 3 for 5 this year with a long of 36. This will be a 31-yard attempt. .102 remaining, second quarter. Broncos 28, Lions 7. Broncos scored touchdowns on their first 4 possessions. Trying to put 3 on the board here. Good snap. Field goal has plenty of distance, and it is good. We will again keep it here with 58 seconds to go, second quarter. Broncos add to their lead, now up 31-7.
Well, for the second time only this afternoon, the Lions prevent a touchdown for the Broncos offensive unit, and give credit to defense in great pursuit. A couple of really good pieces of coverage there. Ledette on the out and up move, McKee knocking the ball down, and then Bass on that last play taking care of business near the front pylon on the left side, and at least force him to that field goal. And Lions trailed 20-3 going into halftime last week. You didn't want to be down 31-7 here, but some things happening, at least in those 2 series where you've been able to slow down and stop the Broncos, should give you some positive ideas about what you can do. Again, it's going to be up to the offense ultimately to be able to convert. They'll have 58 seconds to try to put something on the board before the half ends.
That comeback last week was against a winless Northeastern State team. This is an undefeated Central Oklahoma team the Lions are going to have to come back against in the second half. Lions will have the ball to start the third quarter. They won the toss and deferred. Another booming end-over-end kick out of the end zone. Lions will start at the 25.
Well, we'll see what kind of play calling Colton Myers, offensive coordinator, wants to unfold here with 58 seconds. Plenty of time to get down the field, get in position, even into the wind with the foot of Drake Reese. You would feel comfortable attempting a long field goal, but Lions would like to have 7 on this drive.
Starting from their own 25. Larson, the running back. UCO rushing just 3. Pearl goes in motion. Larson gets the handoff and hit and drop for a gain of just 1 yard as the tackler Zane Adams.
As Zane Adams just stayed home that time out of his linebacker position. Able to wrestle him down. A timeout on the field.
Called by UCO. We mentioned they had 3 timeouts remaining. They're going to try to hold the Lions without a first down and attempt to get the ball in decent field position, but shouldn't be a whole lot of time left, but you never know.
Well, and they're kind of playing the cat and mouse game. If you're not going to be aggressive, we're gonna save the time on the clock. So may encourage the Lions a little bit more to just try to get something up the field. Obviously, that was the intent, even with that opening running play on first down.
In the early kickoff games in Division I, we told you number 9 Mizzou losing to number 25 Texas A&M. Aggies win at home 41-10. 7th-ranked Penn State winning at home over UCLA 27-11. SMU surprising number 22 Louisville 34-27. And Pitt winning at North Carolina 34-24. Did you see the crowd on game day in Berkeley, California? They were there at midnight.
Well, Mike, you know the left coast, you're always going to have to get up early to match up with the media of the eastern time zones. But Impressive crowd there all the way around.
Lions, after the gain, or starting at 25, picked up 2 yards on first down. Scoreboard still has 1st and 10 at the 25. How about 2nd and 8 from the 27? Play action fake. Sampson drops back, going to throw a home run ball deep downfield, and it is incomplete. Draper Parker, the intended receiver, and covered down there by Willie Rice.
Well, you saw Sampson. He's got the arm to get it there down the field. About a 60-yard throw there, Mike.
Into the wind.
Into the wind. But it was tough to let Parker understand whether he was going to keep that inside or over the outside shoulder.
But that incomplete pass stops the clock, and it saves UCO a timeout. Broncos still 2 timeouts left, and Southern facing 3rd and 8 at their own 27. Sampson drops back, screen pass caught by Chianuma. He'll pick up a first down to the 37-yard line.
Perfect play call at the right time, expecting maybe another aggressive play down the field. They throw it underneath that time on the screen of Chianuma. Now they'll go quick with the Lions, 37 seconds.
Southern also 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Sampson looking to the right. Pass is caught by Halim Dixon-King, pushed out of bounds at the 50 for a gain of 13.
And he'll have another first down and saving time on the clock at 29 seconds. Plenty of time to pick up another 20, 30 yards and get yourself in position to maybe throw one into the end zone.
Southern 3 receivers to the left. Martini, Draper Parker, and Victor Chianuma split out to the left, which is the wide side of the field. Halim Dixon-King to the right, along with Robinson Wayne. Scrambling is Sampson, chased out of bounds after a short gain, but he does get the clock stopped with 23 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, wise decision, and to his advantage that time is the fact that it was just a 3-man rush, and they dropped the full 8 that time, including the 3 linebackers.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 Lions at the 49, but the important stat right now, 2 important stats, the Lions trail 31-7, and there's just 23 ticks of the clock remaining before halftime.
To get this to the 30 or beyond.
Dropping back, Sampson looking to the right, and the pass in front of the Missouri Southern bench is ruled incomplete. The intended receiver, Halim Dixon-King, who has 9 catches this year for 79 yards.
He did a nice job on his little stop route to the sideline that time. Sampson threw it wide, just couldn't get it into his hands for the completion.
UCO 329 yards of offense in the first half on 38 plays. Lions have 166 yards of offense on 37 plays. 3rd and 7 from near midfield. Sampson over the middle, incomplete. Hayden Robinson Wayne, the intended receiver, and he wasn't even looking for the football.
And he had room to run, Mike. If he gets his eyes up, looked like the defender was running away from him a bit after the initial contact. Lions will go for it here on 4th and 7 likely with 14 ticks on the clock. You ought to be able to throw one down the field to see what they elect to do, or if Coach Atiba Bradley wants a timeout to think about it. We haven't seen Sampson punt one this year, so don't think you're going to ask him to punt. We'll see if they've got the special teams unit ready.
They've got 2 timeouts left. They're probably going to use one of them here.
They let the clock go.
Well, if you're going to do that, at least try to get UCO to jump offside. You're just going to have a delay game anyway. What purpose does that serve besides the clock? Well, I mean, the clock was at 14.
Give him the Mike McClure under center hard count at least.
So you need a good snap, and that's been consistent all year by the long snapper Luke Taggart. Mitchell Corey to punt. Broncos with 10 up on the line of scrimmage. Here they come. Punt is in the air.
Good punt.
I wouldn't be in too big of a hurry to touch it.
Take your time. Let the clock run.
Right?
Just a little coaching there from above up here. Even though it was bouncing back towards the Lions, the main issue there might have been the clock, but with 6 seconds, they'll start this one just past the 20-yard line. Not likely the Broncos will try anything too fancy. In fact, they're going to just get in a kneel-down position with a back about 10 yards behind Huff. They're still going to be in shotgun, though, Mike.
Okay. 17th ranked Broncos looking to remain undefeated on the year, coming in at 4-0 overall, 3-0 in the MIAA conference. At halftime, they lead Missouri Southern 31-7. We invite you to stay tuned. Our halftime visit with men's head basketball coach coming up, Sam McMahon, coming up during our Mercy Health System halftime report. Lions should be able to return this one as they are down 31-7 as we start the third quarter. End over end kick. Wind will knock it down. And from the 5-yard line will be returned by David Bethune. He's to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and a tackle at about the 37-yard line.
Excellent job of bending that one, Mike, as he caught it on the right corner there and then just weaved his way through the initial traffic that the Broncos coverage team provided and got to his top speed before a couple of Broncos finally tackled him. We said that was one of our keys, that special teams unit need to give him field position, and he does so right there.
Lions haven't returned a kickoff for a touchdown in 5 years. October 16, 2019, Josh Mercer, 86-yard kickoff return coming against Northeastern State. 1st and 10, Lions from their own 37, just underway in the third quarter. They go with the delayed handoff. That is Dowden, Dowden to the 39 is all for a gain of 2.
Yeah, Larandon Dowden continue to get some carries there, and they've run that little sprint draw delay, and had some success on a couple occasions here. It's really just you got to just be positive in terms of the runs.
Chianuma, the ball carrier, it's 20 instead of 28, picks up 2, 2nd and 8. Again, Chianuma spins off one tackler, bounces outside, and is slung out of bounds at the 30 or 43-yard line.
So a good pickup there, and something they thought they needed to be able to do. Run inside, get them stacked that way, talking about the Broncos defense, and then you got to take one outside. They can't let them just camp on you. Now a third makeable here, 3rd and 4.
Bring a tight end out, Wilhite, replace him with a wide receiver in Aiden Robinson-Wayne. 3rd and 4 Lions.
And going to dry off the football, move it back 6 inches, Mike.
That's all they did. See Adam Dorr with a towel around his neck on the far sideline, looking at even with the sideline at the line of scrimmage. Now backs off on 3rd and 4. Sampson wants to throw, pressured. Pass is dropped well short of the first down by Victor Chianuma. If he makes that catch, he's not going to get to the first down marker.
Yeah, he'd had trouble turning the corner to get upfield, but again, got to catch it before you can run, and he makes maybe a freshman mistake there trying to take off early.
I am just too old school. I'm sorry. You throw the ball past the first down marker.
Got to bring on Mitch Corey for the punt.
With the wind at his back, high spiraling punt. Fair catch called for and made at the 19-yard line.
Lions go a quick 3 and out. Not what they were looking for. When you defer to the second half, Mike, and you want that first possession, you're looking for 2 things. Normally you want that last possession of the first half, and then Lions certainly had that. And then you're looking to score on that and then come right back and start the second half similarly, unable to do so in either occasion here this afternoon.
Central Oklahoma at the start of the first half scored in 3 plays, 75-yard scoring drive in 3 plays on the 67-yard touchdown. They start this drive out on the 20. The toss to Jaylen Cottrell outside, 25, out to about the 26-yard line. Holt Chappell on the tackle.
Chappell able to get to him, but they have been really good on that toss because you're leery of what they're going to do inside, and so they just outflank you on the toss.
Jacob Delso, Terrell Davis split out wide to the right. They go with another handoff to Cottrell. Cottrell hit behind the line of scrimmage and dropped for a loss at the 26 by, again, Holt Chappell.
Yeah, Chappell doing a nice job coming downhill into the spot that time. And let's see if the Lions can get the Broncos off the field here on a 3 and out. 3rd and 4.
From their own 26. Broncos up 31-7, early third quarter. The toss to Cottrell around the left side. Hit and drop for another loss behind the line of scrimmage. That Southern defense, superb that time.
Jermaine Young Jr. on the tackle from his defensive end position. And you could tell he jumped to his right as soon as the ball was snapped. And when they made the toss, he was in position to make the tackle. And the Lions defense holds, and they force a 3 and out. And a punter for the Broncos on his second punt of the afternoon.
Grayson Miller, who had a 60-yard punt in the first half. His long this year is 65.
Give me something less than 59, Mike.
We'll see. Booms this one into the wind. Holy cow. It's going to take a Central Oklahoma bounce. They touch it around the 25-yard line. Wow, what a punt into the wind.
Yeah,
That's close to a 50-yard punt. We've got an official's timeout. We'll take a break here on the media timeout. 11:45 remaining third quarter. Broncos 31, Lions 7. We are back in 1 minute. You're listening to Lions football on 101.7 The Vault.
Colton Myers, the offensive coordinator, going to have to go back to the play sheet and see what he can help the Lions unfold here.
Sampson with a handoff for no gain, and that is Larandian Dowden at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, trying to be persistent. Try to get some kind of yardage on first down.
Hunter Largent on the stop. Lions will send 3 receivers to the left. On 2nd and 10, UCO 4 up on the line of scrimmage.
They tried to go to a long count that time. Now they freeze it, and he'll get the play call, Will Sampson.
Halim Dixon King, Draper Parker, Dane Hurl all to the left. Go with the draw play that goes for a loss. Again, just nothing up the middle. Hunter Largent there again to stop the run.
Well, they are just getting whipped right now in the middle of that line, which is the beginning of any successful running play. You've got to cut off that nose guard. And I'll tell you, they're having a heck of a time dealing with Hunter Largent, the 6'2", 345-pound nose tackle, Mike. He just is bear hugging these guys.
Big presence up front. 3rd and 12 Lions at their own 23. Southern today 5 for 12 in third down conversion. Sampson over the middle. It is off the hand of the receiver Alex Martini to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, they're trying to throw that seam pass to the tight end, 6'7", Alex Martini. He was in double coverage. You like that matchup because of his height. Sampson maybe overthrew it just a hair. Martini looking up late, got a left hand on it, but couldn't pull it in.
Jacob Delso back to receive the punt. There's a flag.
Well, let's see if the hard count got the Broncos there.
If it did, it's not going to be a first down for Lions. It's 4th and 12.
Illegal snap infraction. Offense number 42, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So they say illegal snap infraction on the long snapper. Interesting on Luke Taggart. So back the Lions up 5 yards, 4th and 17. Now they'll have to punt from the 18. Delso deep, back near midfield. Low spiraling punt, definitely returnable from the 31-yard line by Delso, and he is hit at the 30-yard line. He tried to go east and west instead of north and south, and great job by David Bethune.
Yeah, he's the gunner for the Lions off that right side and got down there in a hurry, and he can get to the guy's ankles when he gets there, Mike. That's what he did.
10:08 to go third quarter. Lions have had it 2 possessions, both ending in punts. Broncos have had it 1 possession ending in a punt. Broncos start this drive on their own 40. Leading MSSU 31-7, 10:08 remaining third quarter.
Trading punts right now, these two ball clubs in the second half.
Running back is William Mason. Jet Huff, straight drop. Pass deflected and incomplete. Somebody got a hand on it.
Yeah, we'll give you that number here, Mike. That was
Xavier
DeLong got his hands up out of the safety position or corner position. He just came downhill off coverage that time and got into the passing lane.
Broncos ready to go on 2nd and 10. They put Mason in motion. They throw his way. He makes the catch. And pushed out of bounds around the 34-yard line. Picks up 3 or 4 on the play. It's going to bring up third down.
Yeah, good job rallying that time. They were playing off coverage. We'll get a substitution of linemen and cornerbacks both right here. Lions expecting a throw down the field.
They started the drive on the 30. They picked up 3. It's 3rd and 7. Jet Huff rolling to his left, being chased by Jermaine Young, and the pass is incomplete. He had to just throw it away.
Oh, that's just excellent pursuit that time. They blitzed Riley Hammonds that time and had the 4 down linemen, but Jermaine Young Jr. is having a good afternoon chasing Jet Huff. He's probably getting a little gassed in this heat, but
well, good for Joe Batasso's defense, forcing back-to-back 3 and outs.
Yeah, what you needed was those kind of stops. And as we said, you've got to start answering if you're the Lions offense.
Long snapper is Peyton Hunt. Good snap back to the punter. Low punt. Lions will back away from it. It takes a UCO bounce. It'll roll dead at the 27-yard line. So another good effort, 23 and 17, 40-yard punt.
Yeah, I think Aiden Robinson, Wayne, a little deep that time for a punt into the wind. May have been able to fair catch that one 10 yards further up, but nevertheless, 27-yard line, you'll take it.
Media timeout. We'll take a break. 9:38 to go in the third. Broncos 31, Lions 7. Back in a minute. You're listening to Lions football on 101.7 The Vault. Lions host Nebraska Kearney on Senior Day on November 9th at 2 o'clock, and then November 16th, the regular season finale at Central Missouri at 1 o'clock in Warrensburg. They fake the jet sweep. Sampson wants to throw. Good protection. Pass downfield into coverage is incomplete. The intended receiver was Deshaun Larson.
Well, they run that little circle route again with Larson out of the backfield and then try a little back shoulder throw. I like the throw. Just too far off his back shoulder to give him a chance to catch that one. I think you got to take a couple shots, though, on this series, Mike.
Sampson 12 of 22 for 120 yards, 1 touchdown. He's been sacked 1 time. 2nd and 10 from the 27. Play action. Sampson eludes a rush. Going to throw deep downfield. Man is open. The pass is incomplete. Pedello, the intended receiver. And the coverage in the secondary by Connor Ashley.
Yeah, and he had his man beat again. The throw by Sampson after he eluded the initial rush. Still had time to get it down there. And that's just one of those, when you take the shot, Mike, you want your receiver to come down with it. He gave him a chance. It got into his hands, and boy, you'd like to see that one tucked away for the big catch. He made a big catch in the first half on a 3rd and 13.
Lions have not been able to use the wind at their back to their advantage here in the third quarter. Martini, the tight end, moves from left to right. Sampson back to pass, screen pass. That's caught by Larson. Crosses the 35. Has a first down to the 41-yard line.
And for the 3rd time this afternoon, on a 3rd and long, the Lions employ the little screen pass to the running back, and they've picked up first down each of those 3 times.
Pick up a 15 to the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 Lions. They trail the Broncos 31-7. 8:55 to go in the third quarter. Neither team has scored here in the second half. 2 receivers to the left. They put Dane Hurl in motion. Handoff up the middle. Again, the Lions finding that running game hard right now. Chianuma the ball carrier, but there is a flag on the play.
Well, a run blitz again that time by the safety off the right side of the Lions, and then that collapses the running lanes
that
inside.
That was not a flag. It was the gold glove that Chianuma was wearing.
Okay, Mike.
Come on.
We'll send you back to the optometrist next week, but
it's the same color. Gold flags, gold gloves. What the heck? 2nd and 9 Lions. They trail 31-7, 8 minutes left in the third. Again, that delayed handoff goes nowhere. This time, Chianuma, again, the ball carrier. Forward progress kindly out to the 45, but it's 3rd and long.
Well, you want to have your eyes up as a ball carrier, and it looked like that time Chianuma may have had the opportunity. We certainly want to see him running downhill, but may have had a chance to bounce that one out to his left as the Lions kind of sealed off that edge. And
Schleimer, Anderson, Tapusoa, Furman, Phillips, the offensive line for Missouri Southern. Central Oklahoma 4 up on the line of scrimmage. Here comes the pressure. Sampson throws to the right side, and it is dropped at the 40-yard line. Would have been enough for the first down, and that hit Pedello right in the chest.
Yeah, it was a great setup by Luke Sampson, too. He waited for that to open up. Pedello in between the zone coverage of the Broncos that time. He found him in the open spot, and that's 2 chances on this drive for Pedello, just unable to convert. Now Mitch Corey back on the punt.
With the wind at his back, 2 receivers back deep for Central Oklahoma.
Low snap.
It picked up and a booming punt. Bounces to the side. Lions are going to down it inside the 10 at around the 9.
Great job by Mitch Corey. Got the check up that time. That was not available to me on my last little pitching wedge shot, Mike, but good field position to bury the Broncos back here inside the 10. We'll see if the defense of the Lions can continue their wins in this second half. They've forced a couple of punts already.
46-yard punt, no return. Worst starting field position for UCO, starting at their own 9. 7:08 to go in the third, 31-7. Central Oklahoma with the lead. Broncos looking to remain undefeated. Pass to the left side. That is caught by Davis. And Davis tackled short of the first down at around the 18-yard line.
And you're seeing off the edge, Brooks Redden that time, trying to get in the face of the quarterback, Jet Huff, and try to knock that one down.
Xavier DeLong slow in getting up, and they stop the clock to have the trainer come out to look at him.
Yeah, that's the second time he's been down this afternoon. Brandon Myers and his excellent training staff take a look at him. These guys are battling like crazy. Heard it in the post-game comments last week of Atiba Bradley. We may be short some guys, but we still got some fighters on this team, and they've shown a lot of fight this afternoon, particularly in the way they've started this second half. DeLong coming off slowly.
I mean, you look at what UCO's done so far this year. I mean, their first game notwithstanding, a 72-0 win over Langston, the win over Central Missouri, 57-40, and that game was tied 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. They beat Nebraska Kearney 32-17 and a big win over Fort Hays State last Saturday, 49-24. They put 31 up on the board so far. There's still 6:50 to go in the third. Again, neither team has scored here in the quarter. Ready to go. Cottrell, the running back. Jet Huff, the quarterback, out of the gun. Throws to the left side. The pass is caught at the 30-yard line, bouncing off a tackler and out to the 36-yard line. Nice run after the catch by the receiver, Ashton Schumann.
Yeah, Mason Rumsey up there helped make the stop, along with Sink, I believe, as well.
Gain of 19.
Or Chappell, rather.
Okay, they bunch 3 receivers to the right. They go with a running play to the left. Big hole for Jaylen Cottrell for a first down and more. He's going to go all the way on the far sideline for a 64-yard touchdown. They have burned the Lion defense again on another big play.
Yeah, they just run an outside zone play, but it was about the speed of getting the line and getting set up before the Lions ever got in position. He got to the outside lane again between the numbers and the sideline, and once Cottrell hits 5th gear, Mike, he is gone, and he's got all the speed that Adam Dorrell talked about, even with the steady weight gain in the last couple of years from 178-pound wide receiver to 192 last year, 215 this year, and I don't think he's lost any of that speed along the way.
Extra point by Quevedo is good. We will keep it here with 6:14 to go in the third. So it was starting the scoring today. It was a Cottrell 67-yard run. This time it is a 64-yard touchdown run. He has had a huge afternoon.
Yeah, he knows how to get to the edge, and they sealed it off nicely, but first time in this second half, the Lions defense out of position on that edge and not able to get Cottrell before he could really get going downhill. You're just not going to catch him once he gets going.
3 plays, 91 yards in 54 seconds.
Yeah, it was a 53-second drive. Started the game for the 67-yard scoring play. And when you have somebody inside the 9, the chances of them scoring are actually in the 20% range, but the Broncos prove how efficient they can be from anywhere on a field.
Cottrell, 10 carries, 161 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So he's averaging 16.1 yards per carry. Booming end-over-end kick into the wind. Lions will return it from the 1. This is Bethune to the 10, and he will barely get across the 15 before he is stopped there.
Yeah, tried to reverse field, but the Broncos were right there that time in coverage, and Bethune not able to get loose. And here comes that Lions offense. 3rd possession of the second half.
So they're now down 38-7, 6:05 remaining in the 3rd.
When you're trying to play the comeback game, you can't have what happened to the Lions on the last series, Mike. A couple of drop passes. Let's see if they can get rolling here.
Halim Dixon King, Draper Parker split out to the left. Parker has not had many chances today. Catch made by the tight end on the far side of the field, Dane Hurl, and pushed out of bounds after a short gain on 1st down.
We mentioned it in the first half. Lions still without Deontay Campbell. Such a big weapon in those first 3 games. I hope to have him back perhaps next week if he's able to practice full bore this coming week. But not having that extra weapon that maybe they got to dedicate 2 defenders to does make a difference for Sampson's ability to find open guys.
Pickup of 3, 2nd and 7. They go with a running play up the middle. LaRandy and Dowden to the 27-yard line. Pickup of 7. That should be enough for the 1st down as they move the sticks.
And he comes off limping as he'll be replaced here for a moment.
See a new receiver, George Sims, freshman from Racine, Wisconsin. Transfer from Missouri State University in Springfield, who, by the way, going to Division I next year. Their opening game at Southern Cal to play the Trojans.
There you go. That's the way to break it open. And the pass is knocked down on 1st and 10 as Sampson had a couple linebackers in his face that time.
Second and 10.
Run a little game that time up front, and they came right through the A and a B gap where Sampson had no room to throw.
Missouri State leaving the Missouri Valley Conference. Again, becoming full-fledged Division I in football. They've been Division I in all the other sports on their campus. Running play up the middle to the 31-yard line. Somebody blow a whistle. We've got a big old rugby scrum going on in the middle of the field.
Larson gets across the 32. His big boys up front, Anderson, Tapisoa, Furman, Philip Schleimer are all trying to help out, get that push they need. 3rd and 5 here. We got to see some conversions.
So they're now under 50% on 3rd down conversion, 6 of 14. 2-by-3 look, empty backfield. Sampson's pass caught by Halim Dixon King for a 1st down. And they bring him down. Forward progress to the 47 for a gain of 15.
You know, he's somebody that they really like what he can do. He's a physical receiver, has good speed as well, the junior.
Lions are trailing 38-7. 24 unanswered points for UCO after Lions got to within 14-7. 5:24 to go in the 1st quarter after the touchdown. Off the left side, great run by Larson. Larson still moving. Forward progress to the 35, and that's a pickup of a bundle.
Yeah, we're starting to see some of the effectiveness we saw in the second half last week. Mike, that was such a good run. He lost a shoe.
I'm surprised he didn't lose both shoes.
But now here comes a new set of defenders for the
the Broncos, it
Broncos.
was like a line change in hockey.
Well, Adam Dorrell says they got 9 defensive linemen, 7 linebackers, 8 safeties, so they can interchange a lot, and they do.
3:20 to go in the third. Lions down 38-7. First and 10, MSSU at the UCO 35. Play action. Sampson's pass intercepted at the 20-yard line. This could be trouble. This is Connor Ashley to the 30, still on his feet at the 20, and returning it from the other 20 down to about the 15-yard line.
2 receivers in the area that time. I couldn't tell if Aiden Wayne clearly had not turned his head yet to receive that pass, and the defender saw it all the way, just jumped the route. Not sure if Luke Sampson didn't see him or thought he could fit one in there. But a promising drive thwarted now by a turnover by the Lions offense.
The return all the way down to the 17-yard line. Broncos are already up 38-7, exactly 3 minutes to go in the quarter. The third quarter, 3 receivers to the right. William
See if
Mason.
somebody moved. Maybe the right tackle. That's what our linesman says. Microphone not working for Mr. Preston, but he does indicate. False start. Back him up 5. First and 15 now. The 22.
So 6 different players have intercepted a pass for UCO this season. They go on the draw play. William Mason breaks 1 tackle. Lions finally bring him down. Ball comes out at the 20. Lions have picked it up, and they recovered and returned it to about the 25-yard line.
Well, that's Portillo, I believe, on the pickup, and the Lions get the turnover. Did a good job standing him up, and somebody ripped it loose. Portillo not only picked it up, Mike, he wanted to score on that one. He picked up about 5 positive yards, I'll say, and the Lions get the ball back for their offense after the interception, and that's a break. Let's see if Lions can get back on the saddle here and kind of try to finish what they started on the previous drive.
Southern will start from their own 27. 2:48 to go in the third. Broncos with a lead of 31 at 38-7. Straight handoff. Larson hit and drop for a loss of 1 to the 26.
Mike, you're seeing that corner on the opposite of the play side come screaming into the backfield. I'd like to see Luke Sampson pull that football one time, maybe just take off with it over the left side. They're going to commit that hard to stopping the run.
Second and 10 from the 27. Sampson, straight drop, looks to the right. Gonna have to tuck it and run. Chased out of bounds for a gain of maybe a yard.
We got a flag on the play. We'll see what the center judge saw. Likely a hold on the edge. And
holding against the Lions.
Does indicate it was a hold against the Lions. Our referee, they'll back up, erase that positive play. Get the down back, but it's going to be about 2nd and 20.
Missouri Southern trailing, 17th ranked UCO, 38-7. Clock running, 2 minutes left in the third. 2nd and 20. Lions back on their own 17. Lions moving from right to left here in the third quarter with the wind at their back, but they have not used that at all to their advantage. Sampson flushed out of the pocket, forced to run, crosses the 25, and he's going to slide down when he starts his slide at the 26. That's where we're going to mark him down. If he it's the wise thing to do for a quarterback. You don't want him to get hurt. It's a gain of 9, but it's going to bring up 3rd and about 11.
He picked up what he could to avoid the big hit there with the slide. The rush coming from a lot of different angles right now by the Broncos as they realize the Lions in a largely passing situation.
Draper Parker goes in motion. Sampson dumps it short. It is caught by Chianuma, and he is tackled at the 23-yard line by Jake Puckett.
Didn't really have anything open down the field. He looked there and then had to check back down to Chianuma, not because he thought that was easy completion, but certainly had to throw it where there was an open man, and that'll bring up 4th down. Mitch Corey on the punt.
1, 2, 3. First 3 possessions were punts, then the interception by Connor Ashley, and here's another punt. We'll take a big Missouri Southern bounce, and it bounces over the head of the return man. Are the Lions able to down it? They can't down it at the 1. It goes into the end zone for a touchback, I think.
Well,
yeah, that's
they're
the
going to
correct
say
call.
wasn't Kobe Stevens back there, but yeah, it was. But
that's a 75-yard punt.
At first, it looked like he may have tried to reach his arm up, but let it fly in the end zone instead, and Lions couldn't bat it back. So a tired Lion defense showing up right now. They have shown a lot of fight in this second half. Gave up the 1 long touchdown run, and that's kind of what you're susceptible to as you go along and trying to keep some fresh bodies out there, but difficult to stop this Broncos offense. A stacked receiver on the left side this time, 3 of them.
They bunch 3 to the far side. They go with the handoff to Cottrell. Tackle made by Brian Lively.
Lively, great job setting that left edge that time, not allowing the room around that right side of the Broncos offense.
That's probably going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. It is, as the clock winding down to zeros. At the end of 3 quarters, 17th ranked Central Oklahoma 38, Missouri Southern 7. Start of the 4th quarter comes up after this timeout. You're listening to Lions football on 101.7 The Vault. Already in the ball game for a 45-yard average and a long punt of 75 that he just got away. From their 20, 2nd and 10, UCO with the lead in the football to start the 4th quarter. Huff, pressured, sacked back at the 10.
The Lions bring pressure that time. Joe Batasso says, we're going to keep coming here. Lions down, though, after the play. One of the defensive tackles, I think Lively made the play. We'll see who the injured Lion is here in just a moment.
He is face first on the artificial turf.
Just been a tough afternoon.
I think Toussaint, Jaylen Toussaint, senior from Galveston, Texas, transfer from Southwest Baptist University in Bolivar.
Yeah, he was injured last week, didn't play, been in there some this afternoon, but you hope it's not a reoccurrence of what plagued him the previous week. Coach Bradley out there checking on him, along with the rest of the training staff.
Check of the MIAA scores on this Saturday. We told you that Nebraska Kearney shuts out winless Southwest Minnesota State 35-0. 5:29 to go in the 3rd quarter. Emporia State on top of Northeastern State 45-14. 7:38 to go 4th quarter. Pittsburgh State leading Missouri Western 31-20. That was a 10-6 halftime lead for the Gorillas. At halftime, Northwest Missouri 20, Washburn 14. At 7 o'clock tonight, Central Missouri is at Fort Hays State.
Well, we'll just say he's favoring his left arm. Mike, it could be a shoulder. You don't know. Wait for evaluation, obviously, but I know he's disappointed. Have to come off the field. 3rd and 18, though, after that sack by the Lions.
Back to the 12. They dump it short. Davis makes a move to get outside to the 15, to the 20, 25-30. Great speed to the 40. Flag on the play. And Davis hit at the 50-yard line by Marco Collins, but there is a flag back at the 28.
Terrell Davis, penalty on the play.
It'll be against the Broncos, says the field judge, who I believe threw the flag. They had him pinned inside, but once again, Mike, you over-pursue that, and then you give up that sideline. And the speed of these
Penalty
guys.
against the Broncos.
The repeat third down. It was 3rd and 18. This one will come back, and that's a break for the Lions.
Huge break.
Defensively, but that one should have been stopped at any rate after the initial catch by the receiver.
Manu Preston, the referee, but his wireless microphone not working. Spotted back around the 18. On 3rd down, going deep. Huff, man is open, but the ball is overthrown. It brings up 4th down.
The Lions brought pressure as Peyton McKee, the safety, came downhill. They left him in single coverage that time.
Call the name of Madison Ridgeway for the first time. 8 receptions for 61 yards. First time he's been targeted today.
And that was Michael Williams in coverage. Hayden Robinson Wayne back to receive near the 41-yard line. With this wind, you never know where this one will land, Mike.
Might want to back up a little more. Fair catch called for and made right at the 41. Southern great starting field position, 14-15 to go, but the Lions are trailing by 31 at 38-7.
Fair catch for the Lions at the 40-yard line.
Just want to see some points. Lions have not scored since the first quarter.
Yeah, this Lions offensive line working hard to try to create some holes. We'll see Landon Dowden back out there at a running back behind Luke Sampson. Trace Wilhite with the lone touchdown for the Lions, lined up at a wing back.
Behind the tight end Martini, 2 receivers to the left. Straight handoff to Dowden, room on the outside to the 45-50, 45-40, chased out of bounds around the 39-yard line.
Well, there's that bounce I referred to earlier, Mike. That play was supposed to go inside, but once the Broncos committed to that, Brandon Dowden using his speed, nice job of getting to the edge and getting positive yards.
His longest run from scrimmage this year of 19 yards, 1st and 10 Lions at the UCO 41. For the Lions running backs, their longest run from scrimmage in the ball game today. Wilhite goes in motion. Delayed handoff again. Big hole for Dowden to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Pushed out of bounds around the 5-yard line.
Again, excellent blocking. Trace Wilhite that time with a nice block right up the middle to create the hole for Landon Dowden to run through. He broke through the line, then he broke it back outside again where the Broncos lacked support, and he nearly scored there. This is where you got to leave the young man in there, let him get a touchdown here if you want it. Maybe.
He's picked up 57 yards on his last 2 carries, 19 yards and doubled it to 38 yards. 1st and goal from the 3. Dowden still in. Gets the handoff and goes untouched into the end zone for a Missouri Southern touchdown.
Again, just great blocking up front. Seal block, and Wilbert Phillips happy to give a little bear hug to the young freshman Dowden as they score their first touchdown of the second half. 13 minutes left here in the 4th quarter, and Drake Reese on for the extra point.
And for Dowden, his first touchdown as a college football player. First touchdown in a Missouri Southern uniform. The kick is up. The kick is good.
The extra point is good.
Well, we'll take a break. 13 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. It's now the Broncos 38, the Lions 14. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to Lion Football on 101.7 The Vault.
Whether it was miscues by the Broncos or just better execution by the Lions, give them a lot of credit to be that persistent and get all the way to the end zone with the running game.
Rick Reese will kick off into the wind. End over end kick, return from the 3-yard line. Now they're going to fake the reverse. keeping the football is Stevens to the 20, 25, 30, 35, and the Lions bring him down at the 40. Stevens has both a kickoff return and a punt return for touchdowns already this year.
Well, it makes it tough when he fakes that reverse play, but he was at full speed in a hurry. You know, Mike, we don't often talk about the red hat, but I think you got to give special credit this afternoon. That is our head softball coach, Hallie Blackney, doing the duties this afternoon. And during the heat, her softball team, one of many sports here at Missouri Southern that looking for continued success.
UCO starts from their own 40. It is still Huff at quarterback. Pass over the middle, deflected and incomplete.
Oh, boy. Colton Bass got his hands on it, and then it bounced just over the head of Peyton McKee. Had he been any deeper, he comes down with that one, but good job by Bass to get in that passing lane. Again, we've seen a little more of that in the second half. Huff not quite as accurate as we saw maybe in that first.
38-7 or 38-14 Broncos in the lead. 2nd and 10 UCO at their own 40. They give it at the right side to William Mason. Mason has a first down, crosses the 50, finally tripped up at the 45-yard line. Might have been Peyton McKee on the tackle.
Yeah, McKee comes in there late, and he may have saved a touchdown there. Mason rather, got downhill off that right side on the stretch play.
Gain of 15. Broncos already snap it. Same running play. William Mason tripped up at the 41-yard line. A gain of 4. Colton Bass on the stop. It's 2nd and 6.
Well, they are tough to stop. I mean, not complicated at times. Another injured Lion on the play.
That's McKee down on a knee.
That is Peyton McKee. Gets back up. The trainer's going to come out and see him. He'll have to come out for at least one play. Our referee, Manu Preston, going to let both sides grab a drink of cold water and try to get refreshed before the play continues, but McKee will have to be replaced temporarily. I'd like to see a stop here, Mike. Get maybe one more touchdown, get within 2 scores, make it interesting.
Lions host Emporia State at 1 o'clock next Saturday. 12:30 for our pregame. Emporia State this week, nationally ranked. And they are leading Northeastern State 48-14 at the end of the third quarter in their matchup. We'll check some of the numbers on there.
Coach Bradley still talking to some of his special teamers. They didn't like that return by Kobe Stevens. Huff wants to throw it complete to the 30.
And that's another first down.
Delso on the catch and the first down reception.
Out at the 24. Gain of 17. Here we go. Broncos are ready, playing quickly. Pass to the left side. That's Terrell Davis. Breaks a tackle at the 20. Driven out of bounds around the 17-yard line by Diego Oliver.
And you could see right there, they're getting right back to their tempo that we saw early in the first quarter. May have slowed things down for a while. Now this looks more like what we saw in the first half.
They are just so efficient, running and throwing the football. Jed Huff, quick pass left side, catch made.
And a whiff on the tackle.
A whiff on the tackle by McKee, and that is a touchdown for Ashton Schumann, his second touchdown of the ball game.
Well, he threw it right behind the corner and in front of McKee. McKee stepped up to make the tackle at the 7-yard line and just couldn't wrap him up. You got to be thinking he may still be a little bit banged up from having to go out of the ball game a couple of plays ago, but Broncos, as we just said, just efficient, and that time very much on point on that drive to score.
14-yard touchdown pass to Schumann. Quevedo on for the extra point, and it is high and good. Keep it here, 11:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Broncos now up 45-14. You just had a feeling that after their first 2 possessions ended in punts in the third quarter, they would get it going again. They had a touchdown, then they fumbled. Then they punted, and now they're back in the end zone for yet another score to go up 45-14. They are a really, really good football team.
Well, and I mentioned that Coach Bradley and his special teams coaches looking at the tablet on the sideline, and I think they were reviewing that return by Kobe Stevens. That's really what set up that set downs for the Broncos, giving them a short field. And when you've just got 60 yards to go instead of 80 or something less, it just makes all the difference in the world. The playbook wide open for you. A couple of long runs early in that series, and then got back to the pinpoint passing game that Jet Huff has been known for and has continued to add to his passing totals, not just this afternoon, but he's done this to the other 4 teams this year as well that the Broncos have played.
6 plays, 60 yards in a minute, 26 seconds. Quevedo to kick with the wind at his back. The Lions will watch this one sail out of the back of the end zone and start on their 25. 11:20 to go in the game, 45-14 UCO, and just Broncos 58 plays for 497 yards of offense on the afternoon.
Lions offense back out there. Got to feel a little confidence after the series they had last time. They ended up in the Randon Dowden running into the end zone for the touchdown. He's back in there at a running back with Sampson.
Southern trailing 45-14. 11:20 to go, fourth quarter. Will Hyde in motion. Handoff for a couple of yards out to the 26, maybe the 27-yard line. That's Dowden.
We'll see if they can go from the running game to set up something with play action. If the Broncos start loading up the box a bit here.
Halim Dixon King split out to the left, along with Draper Parker. Martini tied into the right. Will Hyde a blocking back. Play action fake. Sampson rolling to his right. Pass on the sideline is incomplete, as the intended receiver was the tight end Will Hyde.
Yeah, they showed a 4-down look that time, then had a linebacker coming off the right edge. There's
Another Lion
player down on the field.
Left tackle Ryan Schleimer.
Schleimer
I do not mean this in a bad way. Why do all the injured players seem to be Lions today?
It has been to a large part. They're looking him over. This could just be the toll that the afternoon's taken on you, or maybe he got hit wrong. But, yeah, just talking about what the Broncos did that time. They brought 4-down look initially and then brought safety off the Lions' left side, and Sampson trying to roll away from him, but that just invited pressure from the left defensive end. He just had to kind of throw that one away almost, even though he had a receiver in the area.
Schleimer under his own power, able to get up and walk to the Lions sideline. Good to see.
Yeah, he's a tough young man. We'll see who the Lions use to replace him. Looks like
71.
Yeah, Mr. Whaley, Braden Whaley.
Right. Senior from Marlow, Oklahoma, by way of Oklahoma Baptist. 45-7, 45-14. Broncos on top of the Lions. 10:44 to go, fourth quarter. MSSU 3rd and 8 at their own 27-yard line. Back to pass, Sampson rolling to the right, trying to direct the receiver to back up. He throws in coverage, and it's intercepted at the 43-yard line by UCO as it's picked off by Clayton Creasy. J.K. Moore on the interception.
Well, that time he was asking Halim Dixon King, I think the intended receiver, to get beyond his defender. He eventually did, but then when he went to release the pass, it just looked like Sampson couldn't get anything on it. Now a Broncos player down after the play.
That's J.K. Moore who intercepted the pass, got hurt on the tackle.
Coach Bradley out there with his team, looking things over, concerned about the Broncos player as well. Just getting to that part of the game on a hot day when you just get more and more concerned about how it's affecting these players on the field.
Oh, Scott. 1:01 to go second quarter. Vanderbilt 23, number 1 Alabama 14.
Jerry Kill down there assisting Clark Lee, the head coach. A name folks will remember, the offensive play caller for Vanderbilt is Tim Beck, the former Pittsburgh State University coach. They say Jerry's down there kind of masterminding the offense, and Tim Beck's calling the plays, and Clark Lee's pretty happy about the whole thing.
Number 5, Georgia leading Auburn 14-10, 6 minutes to go third quarter. Ole Miss leading South Carolina 24-3, 9:18 remaining in the third quarter. 1:13 to go in the third. Number 23, Indiana leading Northwestern 24-17, 3 minutes left in the third. Number 3, Ohio State shutting out Iowa 21-0. And again, later tonight in Fayetteville, Arkansas hosting number 4, Tennessee. Right here on the vault, following our coverage of Missouri Southern football. Handoff on the left side. This is a new running back for UCO. We'll look up and we see
Matthews.
Yes, thank you.
On the carry, and Darren Plotnick on the tackle.
Dev Matthews, a freshman from Edmond, Oklahoma, from Edmond North. That's a new quarterback as well. He's going to throw.
That's Dawson Hurl.
Hurl's pass caught for a touchdown by Christian Romero.
Yeah, he just throws a beautiful fade pattern that time. Romero beating the coverage by Marco Collins that time, just inside the numbers. Hurl with good touch on the football. Never been a question about his throwing ability, Mike. He has a good live arm and comes into the ball game, and Adam Dorrell giving him some snaps. Obviously, Broncos not trying to put anything up to make it more difficult on the Lions, but you got to keep playing. He's putting his role players in there to try to gain them some experience.
Quaveto's kick is good. Still 10:05 to go in the fourth quarter. I think what you said a moment ago is perfect. That Lion defense is gassed. They have been on the field a lot in the second half.
Well, when you see a receiver that's fresh and running by your defensive backs, you have a pretty good indication why that's happening. Even though that time the Lions did have some fresh bodies up front on the defensive line, you're asking a lot for your defensive backfield, who's been out there a big part of the afternoon to run now with a fresh receiver or two. And, of course, prior to that was the running play with a fresh running back. So you just rotating them through. And if there's one thing Adam Dorrell said about their early success so far this season, he said, it's been depth in the fourth quarter. It's exactly what we're seeing this afternoon.
High-flying Broncos team. The number 1 ranked total offense in the country, 585 yards per game. They have 537 right now. 218 rushing, 319 passing. Quavedo will kick with the wind at his back. High end over end kick and into the end zone. David Bethune watches it bounce out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Well, let's see if the Lions continue to use Luke Sampson.
Or do you give Colt Michael some reps in this blowout lead for the Broncos at 52-14? It looks like Sampson's going back out there.
Yeah, and I think Sampson, despite the 2 picks this afternoon, a lot of it been with just slim openings in the receiving core at times and maybe a couple drop passes.
Almost all new defense for UCO here on 1st and 10 at the 25. Sampson looking to the near sideline. That is a catch. Should be a first down to about the 46-yard line by Isaiah Padello.
Padello with a nice little out route that time. And
they rule him out at the 34. Gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Go ahead.
Yeah, he kind of redeeming himself. Had a couple of long pass attempts that he dropped earlier in the third quarter. Picks up a nice catch there.
Single receivers left and right. Sampson pass over the middle. That is caught for a first down by Draper Parker, who is tackled across the 50-yard line.
Well, one of the better routes he's run, a deep post that time, or crossing route, comes left to right that time, and Sampson just waited for him to get beyond the defender and the safety not in the territory. He's able to complete the pass.
No reason he can't have big numbers. He had just 2 receptions for 4 yards on the afternoon before that one. Good for about 18 yards. Play action fake. Sampson's pass caught. His receiver then go out of bounds. Again, it's Padello. Going to be short of the first down, I think. Or are they going? Nope, they're going to give him the first down. Going to rule him out to the 37. Good pass, good catch.
Yeah, good play action. Bootleg that time. He's got 2 tight ends running the shorter routes. Padello right underneath one of them and able to find an open receiver. Broncos kind of playing off coverage right now.
Still that 3-3 look on defense.
Hand
off Chianuma. Bounces outside 30, 25. Get pushed out of bounds around the 20-yard line. Right at the tackle to Dalton Hurd from Pawhuska, Oklahoma.
Well, you certainly, with the number of carries, and we talked about it from the moment we knew Nathan Glades was not going to be able to play this season, but the number of carries they had compared to him at the time, I think, was just so minimal that you're glad to see him continue to get the experience. There's a throw, he nearly intercepted again.
He threw that into double, maybe even triple coverage. Padello, the intended receiver.
And some of this, you just want to see the receiver-quarterback connection. And I think to your point earlier, Mike, that's where you feel like you've got to continue to trust what Draper Parker can do for you while you give some of these other guys. I mean, it's throw it to who's open.
Yeah. Well, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
carry
10.
up the middle, but buried is Chianuma that time. It'd be a loss of a couple of yards.
Lions have had 10 different guys catch a pass today.
They'll bring in Larson at a running back now. Aiden Robinson-Wayne on that left slot position inside of Parker.
Back to the 24, 3rd and 13.
Oh, the Broncos jump.
Gonna get a free play here. Sampson pass into the end zone. Incomplete. Padello, the intended receiver, trying to make a one-handed catch in the end zone. But there is a flag on the play.
Well, there's good coverage there, and it allowed a little contact. That's another thing these young receivers are having to get used to in the MIAA, Mike, is just some of the hand fighting you got to do. That's something
part of it.
That's part of what goes on. And Vince Maley, the wide receivers coach, played some years in the NFL as well, certainly trying to school these guys up and understand what level of physicality they need to be able to fight off these defensive backs.
Sampson, 19 of 36 for 191 yards, 1 touchdown, but 2 interceptions. He's back to throw here. Good protection. Pass over the middle. Actually hits the umpire.
Flag on the play. This one might be holding or pass interference. We'll see.
I mean, that pass literally hit the umpire.
Well, at least it hit him in the back, Mike. He was turning to look at the defender. Aiden Robinson-Wayne and Helene Dixon-King were in patterns on this right side. We'll see if it's a hold or it's a face mask.
Okay. Against Central Oak.
Favor the Lions. It'll be a
personal
first down.
foul. Face mask.
Apologize. The wireless
against
microphone
UCO. That's a first down.
Referee Manu Preston not working here in the second half.
That'll move the ball inside the 10 to be a 1st and goal for the Lions, or maybe see if they mark it right on the
just inside
9. So Robinson-Wayne comes out. Trace Wilhite in. This is Trace Wilhite territory, Mike.
7:26 to play, fourth quarter. Broncos 52, Lions 14. Missouri Southern 1st and goal at the 9. Wilhite a tight end to the right. Also have a tight end to the left in Trey Holloway. Single receivers left and right. Aleem Dixon King to the right. Now the tight end Will Height goes from right to left. Straight handoff on the right side. The running ball play to about the 9 for no gain. And wow, there's some extracurricular there as the flags come out. Ball carrier was Larson.
Yeah, they didn't need to flip him over backwards, which the nose tackle that time did. They'll get Wesley Hudson for the penalty.
Larson's going to come out.
6'3". Well, they had a 6'3", 345 guy in there. He just goes 6'3", 250.
Personal foul against the Broncos.
Automatic first down. Personal foul penalty. Moves the ball inside the 5.
You love the persistence of the running game, even in these situations. But with Will Height still in there, they bring in Dane Hurl now. He's in there with Holloway. This is classic opportunity maybe for a little play action. We'll see what they do.
Great to have you with us on KHST, Lamar Joplin, 101.7 FM, The Vault. First and goal, Lions from the 4. Chianuma outside, breaks a tackle, dives for the pylon. It's a Missouri Southern touchdown.
Well, give credit to Will Height that time. They were coming on a blitz off the Lions' left side. He got just enough of a block to let Chianuma get free, and then he just beat the defender to the end zone after breaking a tackle or two. And the Lions continue to persist. This is exactly what Coach Bradley's looking for. He just wants a team that's going to fight for the full 60 minutes every Saturday.
Drake Reese with the extra point. It is up. It is good. We'll still keep it here with 6:49 to play. 52-21 Broncos. So just 73 points put on the board so far.
Well, not quite the shootout maybe of Broncos UCM game.
No.
I believe that was a 49-38.
No, it was higher than that. It was 57-40.
57-40.
And it was 0-0 at the end of the first quarter.
And one thing Coach Dorrell said about that game is you're facing a team like Josh Lamberson has up there at UCM. You've got to stay aggressive. The key to that victory was they went for it a lot on fourth down. And Mike, Adam Dorrell compares Jet Huff to Josh Lamberson, Kyle Zimmerman, Trevor Adams,
Holy
three
moly.
of the top
Holy moly.
quarterbacks you may have ever seen in the MIAA, and that's high praise for this young man, and we've seen his execution this afternoon.
I just like the fact that he's 5'8". I mean, normally you think of these prototypical quarterbacks, 6'3", 6'4", and long and athletic, but Huff is very athletic, but just the fact that he's only 5'8" makes him that much more special.
Yeah, he just knows how to run the show, and as Dorrell commented, he's a gym rat, son of a head high school football coach out of Oklahoma. He just knows the game well.
Pittsburgh State has defeated Missouri Western 31-20. Gorillas number 10 in the country. Drake Reese will kick. Little short end over end kick, trying to find the middle of the field. Fair catch made at the 35-yard line by the Broncos. It came right into the hands of Hudson Grant.
Not quite the onside look, but maybe another different opportunity to see if the Lions could muck up that return.
Starting from their 35-yard line. Dawson Hurl, the quarterback. The running back, now Quincy Thompson. Hurl throws on first down to the far side. That is a catch by C.J. Williams, and Williams out near midfield tackled at the 50.
Yeah, and all kinds of new Lions defenders in there, just continue to rotate what he needs to. Joe Batasso reaching deep into the depth chart as well.
Coming out wide left, Braden Turner, along with Christian Romero, has a couple of touchdown catches today. 3 receivers to the left. Hurl, straight handoff. Quincy Thompson to the 43-yard line. Clock running, 6:07 to play, 52-21 Broncos. 2nd and 5. Low snap, Hurl picks it up, drops back, has all day, deep downfield.
Nice job by Mason Rumsey, I believe. Knocks it away late.
Mason Rumsey broke it up.
What a play, Mike. He saved a touchdown.
Rumsey, the strong safety from Higginsville. Brings up 3rd and 5. See if they try to go deep again. Quincy Thompson, the running back, on 3rd and 5. Hurl, straight drop, looks to the left, looks over the middle. Pass is caught for a first down to the 25, down to the 23-yard line. Hurl, pass over the middle, catch by Hagen Hacker. And an injured Lion is Jace Hitt from McDonald County High School.
Jace Hitt getting an opportunity on that defensive line with as banged up as the Lions are. Everybody getting an opportunity, but you hope that's just a leg cramp of some kind.
Reminder, Arkansas Razorback football coming up at the conclusion of our broadcast here on The Vault. Hogs hosting number 4 Tennessee. It's a 6:30 kick. We'll join the pregame show in progress. This one already 3 hours and 8 minutes old and still 5:34 to go in the 4th quarter. Big lead for the Broncos at 52-21.
Hitt getting to his feet. Brandon Myers and his group will take a look at him.
UCO, the number 2 scoring offense in the country at 53.8 points per game. Pretty much on average right now.
And Mike returning to the game for the Lions. I think that's Mr. Toussaint back out there at a defensive tackle.
I think you're right. Hurl out of the gun on 1st and 10 from the 24. To the running back, Quincy Thompson, for a gain inside the 10 to the 9-yard line to set up a 1st and goal after the pickup of 14.
Yeah, and that's just an example of an O-line that's taken over for a tired D-line and linebacking group.
Pass quickly to the right side. C.J. Williams breaks a tackle. Williams to about the 3-yard line.
Again, quick decision by Hurl. He's adjusted to this new style offense that Adam Dorrell's put in.
2nd and goal from the 3 after that completion of 6 yards. Broncos looking to add to their 52-21 lead. 4:44 left in the 4th quarter. Quincy Thompson, the running back, gets the handoff straight up the middle. Touchdown, Central Oklahoma.
Brian Lively came after Hurl that time, but he had already given the football up and the touchdown. Almost just a walk into the end zone with a good blocking up front. You see a little frustration right now, understandably so, by the Lions defense. He came out and forced a 3-and-out early to start the second half. The Lions unable to capitalize on their first 3 possessions of the second half.
Quincy Thompson from 3 yards out. Quaveto's had a busy day kicking. Low snap, they get it up. The kick is good. We'll keep it here with 4:32 to play. It is now 59-21 Broncos, so they go above their per game average this afternoon in Joplin.
Yeah, just keep mounting the yards up, and when you're marching it out on the field with the perfection and the precision that they've had,
how about
you might save the touchdown for a moment. as Mason Rumsey did, but then they just come right back and keep climbing.
602 yards of offense.
Woo. 584 average coming in and topping the 600 mark, Mike. Just
remaining schedule for UCO, the big matchup against Northwest Missouri as Adam Dorrell will again coach against his former team next Saturday in Edmond. On the 19th at Northeastern State. Broncos will be heavily favored in that one. They host Pittsburgh State on the 26th. Go to Missouri Western on the 2nd, go to Washburn on the 9th, and they finish up November 16th at home against Emporia State.
The team we'll see next week, and if you thought this afternoon had some tempo to it, it will be no less tempo when the Hornets come to town. It'll be a different offense in other ways, but they will be trying to snap that ball about every 15 seconds as well.
Mr. Gundy, by the way, went 40 of 56 today for 404 yards. Emporia State 48, Northeastern State 14. Quevedo's kick out of the end zone for a touchback. And that is Mike Gundy's son.
Yeah, and Mr. Gundy is the perfect quarterback for a Garen Higgins offense up there at Emporia. He has had nothing but good quarterbacks. We thought maybe when Braden Gleason finished his fifth year up there last year.
Or sixth or seventh or eighth.
However many. He only got to play 4, but it seemed like he was up there for about 7 years.
He was a good one. Lions start at their 25. Sampson on first down, throwing deep to the far sideline and overthrows the intended receiver. There is no flag on the play. They were looking for George Sims.
Yeah, he's got to run through that contact, though, Mike. If you're going to get a flag, you've got to not allow the defender to just pin you to the sideline and hold you. You got to keep running through it. Sampson trying to throw him open that time. At halftime score, Vanderbilt 23-14 over Alabama, Mike, and the quarterback for Vanderbilt, Diego Pavia, came with Jerry Kill. He was at New Mexico State when Kill was the head coach there last year.
Vandy had a pick 6 returned for a touchdown in the first half. Pass is caught to the 29-yard line, as we'll call the name of Griffin Stieber, sophomore out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
Well, we made a trip down there to Broken Arrow last week, and good to see the young man get a catch this afternoon.
Pick up a 4, 3rd and 6.
Colt Meyer's going to continue to run some new receivers in there, get them some experience.
4 minutes to go in the game. Broncos up 59-21. Sampson on 3rd and 6. Flag on the play. Pass is caught. I think staying in bounds was George Sims. Officials are going to say yes,
and
a catch.
The linesman says yes.
I thought I saw a flag way back here.
Manu Preston back at the 25.
Offside, UCO.
So
offsides against the Broncos is declined. First down for the Lions.
Play, went ahead and
from the 40.
Completed. Good confidence builder there for Sims. He's had a couple targets.
21 and 6, pickup of 27. 3:40 left, fourth quarter, 59-21 Broncos.
Houston Rodich out here on the right now for the Lions at a receiver.
Okay. From Shawnee Mission, Kansas, by way of Independence Community College. 2 receivers to the left. Sampson in the gun. Pass to the left side. Sims with another catch. Then it comes out. There's no signal from the referee, and now they say incomplete pass. They did not rule catch and fumble.
Yeah, he never came down with it. So good result there for the Lions. Kind of let him inside on the quick slant that time, but defender right behind him able to strip it loose on the tackle.
Back to the 44-yard line, 2nd and 10. Sampson looking to the left. Little pump fake. Sacked at the 48. He took too long, and good pressure up front by UCO. Zachary Stillwell on the tackle.
Yeah, he stepped up in the pocket, but he had to feel that rush and get rid of it if he could.
4-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 14 for MSSU. 2:52 to play in the game, 59-21 UCO. Broncos are going to improve to 5-0 overall, 4-0 in the MIAA. Southern's going to fall to 1-5 and 0-4 in league play. On 3rd and 14, Sampson pumps. Going to throw deep downfield. Man is open. A diving catch at the 4-yard line. What a catch by, you said,
Houston Riddich.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Mike, you like that gold glove of Mr. Chianuma? How about the gold shoes of Mr. Riddich flying down that right side and making a diving catch?
He keeps making catches like that. I will not comment on the shoes. But yes, they are gold. And that was a golden catch.
Yeah, and I like the way Sampson directed him. He said, you just keep going. I'm going to throw you open. And
we have reached the 2-minute timeout, so we will take our final break here. 2 minutes to play in the game. UCO 59, Missouri Southern 21. Back in 1 minute, you're listening to Lion Football on 101.7 The Vault.
Here, Sims out there far left still, and Rodich, who made the catch, on the far right.
Will Hyatt, the tight end, moves from right to left. Here is Larson trying to get to the edge. Can't get there. He'll lose a couple. One-on-one tackle by Reese Roller.
All right. I want to see that play one more time, Mike. As I said, Luke, just pull that ball one time and see if you can walk in the end zone opposite the play side. But they'll bring a couple receivers in. Is Halim Dixon King in there now? Rodich will flip over to the far left side. Larson's still in the backfield.
2nd and goal from the 7, 1:20 to go in the 4th quarter. Sampson looking into the end zone. It is incomplete. Sims, the intended receiver, and the coverage by Zion Bell.
Yeah, nice throw that time to where only Mr. Sims was going to be able to get to it, throwing it to the back pylon over the top of the 2 defenders. I didn't look to the front side here, see if Sampson had any other choices.
Rodich is split out wide to the right. Football near hash, wide side to the left. George Sims all alone to the left side. 3rd and goal from the 7. Sampson, screen pass is dropped. I don't think, that's an incomplete forward pass. It'll be 4th down.
Well, they'd had 3 really good screen passes this afternoon to their backs. That time just a little high on the pass, and Larson maybe looking upfield before he put it in the hands.
Also looking into the sun the way he turned around that time.
They'll bring on Drake Reese for a field goal attempt. 1:07 left here.
You hear the crowd yelling, go for it, with 1:07 left, and you're down 59-21.
Well, when your place kicker, field goal kicker, hadn't had many tries, you're going to go ahead and give him a shot.
Field goal is up. It is good. Drake Reese connects from 26 yards out. We'll keep it here. Reese now 7 for 9 in field goals this year. So 59-24 Broncos with 63 seconds to play. I invite you to stay tuned to our Club 609 postgame show coming up in a few moments. Scott will have our on-field interview with head coach Atiba Bradley. We'll run over the stats and get you set up for next week's ball game when the Lions host Emporia State. And again, Arkansas Razorback football comes up next on the Vault. Arkansas hosting number 4 Tennessee in Fayetteville. Kickoff at 6:30 in that one.
Well, it's always great to see a lot of folks here on homecoming weekend. Obviously, the result not what you want this afternoon on the football field, but hopefully folks continue to see what an investment in this Lions football team and the rest of the athletics department can do for you. And we want to see all these coaches and players continue to receive that support from former Lions players and the community alike. And I think you're seeing a better level of competition as things go along. They're just some difficult teams to have to encounter in this MIAA.
Broncos anticipating an onside kick here. Pooch kick, high end over end, looking for that open seam. Fair catch made at the 24-yard line by UCO, and they'll have to snap it twice, and this one will be over. Nebraska Kearney winning at Southwest Minnesota State 35-0. Emporia State wins at home. The 18th ranked Hornets a winner over Northeastern State 48-14. 10th ranked Pitt State winning at home over Missouri Western 31-20. Number 3 Northwest Missouri playing at Washburn this afternoon. That one kicked off 1 hour after this one, so they've reached the end of the third quarter. Northwest Missouri 34, Washburn 28. Under the lights at 7 o'clock tonight, number 12 Central Missouri is at Fort Hays State. Next week at 1 o'clock, Emporia State at Missouri Southern. UCO hosting Northwest Missouri. Missouri Western is at Central Missouri. At 2 o'clock next Saturday, Pitt State at Nebraska Kearney. And then Fort Hays State hosting Washburn at 7 o'clock next Saturday night. Here's the snap to Hurl. He'll take a knee, and they will need to do that one more time. Broncos 5-0 on the year, 4-0 in the conference. Southern's going to fall to 1-5 and 0-4 in conference play. The Lions last year were 5-6. Central Oklahoma last year was 5-6. One more snap for the former Lion quarterback Dawson Hurl. Goes to a knee, and that will do it. Central Oklahoma, the 17th ranked team in the country, will remain the only undefeated team in the MIAA, both overall and in conference play. They knock off Missouri Southern here in Joplin, 59-24. Our Club 609 postgame show is next. You're listening to Lions football on 101.7 The Vault.